And we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
For real this time?
We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 65 of the Watchers Podcast. WATCHERZ.
65.
We getting a late start today, goddammit.
Yeah,
We're not going to be here. What's the? And it ain't a funny subject, but that crazy black dude. I think he's from Florida, and I ain't come here to fuck around with y'all.
Oh, I ain't here to play around with y'all.
All right,
Damn it, I'm not.
Oh, the guy with the bad hair?
that killed his fan. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I remember that.
What I say? Episode 65.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm Tavon. Tri-State_tip on Instagram. To my left.
Tiger Helly 19 on the Snapchats, not Jeezys. By way of the Facebook by government.
And to his left, God damn it.
Jason Williams.
One day I'll learn how to behave.
Damn. Smitty Green Giant on Instagram, damn it.
And across from him.
Squirrel.
Smitty with 365. I had to make sure I remember who I was.
Now, a lot of stuff has transpired since the last time we got here.
Yes, sir.
And we ain't going to be here 3 motherfucking hours. So we going to hit some stuff quick. Some things we're going to, and some things we're going to spend a little bit of time on. But let's just jump this off with a little bit of OJ. All right. R.I.P. if that's what you're into. Whatever your thoughts and views on OJ are.
He was acquitted. Well, he was found not guilty. So.
Yeah.
He passed away. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, You talking about something we can spend a little bit of time on. This is it.
So
We don't want to get
76 years old.
How old was he?
76.
Oh, okay.
You know, I think that's the average lifespan. I don't know what that it sound right. But you know, whatever your thoughts and opinions on OJ, we'll leave it at that. But controversial figure from the 90s, particularly involving his murder trial. So, any thoughts you want to express before we move on to
Just on that eternal Bronco ride.
It was probably one of the most, like you said, he was controversial. I mean, I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but he was probably the first person. Could you just imagine? I'll backtrack. Could you just imagine if what happened back then happened now with the trial and all this internet stuff? This would have been a riot. But
He'd have been found guilty, too.
yeah, but I mean, he lived his life. I mean, that's all I'm just gonna say.
Did y'all hear the rumor that he was covering for his son?
What,
I
for
heard
the
that was
whole
always
thing?
one of the-
Oh, yeah.
And
His son and, what's it called? The guy that was driving for him.
Al Collins.
And the son apparently has a history of violence and might have stabbed somebody else prior to that.
I've always heard that story.
Yeah, I just heard about it for the first time. But
Said that he, they said the real story was that OJ came home and seen what the son had did and was like, you go that way, we'll go this way kind of thing. And the whole time he was just like trying to figure out what was he going to tell the police so his son wouldn't get in trouble.
I don't know.
well, that's all speculative. So allegations,
Yeah.
false.
And he took it to the grave with him.
Sorry, accusations. I'm saying that to Jason.
Oh, yeah. That, your boy. We'll talk about that.
Was that a segue?
Nah, we'll use it. Yes, as a semi segue. All right. So, what do y'all want to start with? The ignorance? Do y'all want to start with sports real quick, or
Hit
we
some
want to talk
sports.
about some entertainment? Huh?
Let's hit some sports real quick.
Hit some sports real quick.
Well, we got sports related.
The NBA playoffs are about to start. I think the last season games were today. We're gonna get the play-in tournament.
NCAA.
Ooh, I think I got a
Play the
picture.
Heat.
NCAA wrapped up.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about the NCAA in 1 second. So the playoff picture right now in the play-in, we got Kings versus Golden State,
In the West.
the 9th and 10th spot.
The West.
That should be a
They're
good
playing the winner. So the winner of that will go on to play the loser of the 7th and 8th seed, which is the Pelicans and the Lakers. So the winner of the Pelicans and Lakers will become the 7th seed, and they're destined to go against Denver Nuggets.
Ooh.
Good luck.
On the East, for the play-in, we have the 9th Chicago Bulls, 10th Atlanta Hawks. The winner of that will play the losers of the 76ers versus the Heat for 7th and 8th. The winner of the Sixers or Heat will become the 7th seed, and they will play the Knicks, who is the 2nd seed in the East. God damn it.
That's crazy.
That's a dub for us.
That's a
Should be.
Knicks had a good season.
Should be a dub. Well, no
Knicks had a
Julius
good
Randle.
season, goddamn it.
Well, they only got Brunson. That's
Hey,
it now.
but no, they got a little some complementary pieces
Another
that
boy hurts
they
though, right?
working
Because of his
together.
hand. The one they got
The
from
center
Toronto.
came back. No, he there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Anunoby there.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a little thing running
They
right
make a
now.
little run on the low, man.
We'll see.
We
It should be a
gotta
good.
get
It should be
past
good.
the-
It should be a good matchup if y'all go against them. It should be good. Either way, so 1 through 6 on the West, we got OKC. 2nd, we got Denver. 3 Timberwolves, and they all had similar records. I think they all tied. They just came down to like match. Yeah, matchup break tiebreakers.
I got a play-in question when you're done.
4th, LA Clippers. 5th, Mavericks. 6th, Suns. On the East, first place, and I think first overall, Boston Celtics. 2nd, Knicks. 3rd, Milwaukee, who's been 4th, Cavaliers. 5th, Magic. And 6th, Pacers. What's your question, sir?
I was gonna say when it relates to the play-in, like everyone is like I guess in favor of it right now. But what if they changed the parameter of it and the play-in itself is East versus West? Like those same numbers, you make the East teams play the West teams,
Nah.
and then whoever comes out of it, you play those teams instead.
Wow.
It
Never
wouldn't work.
happened.
It wouldn't work.
You don't think so? Why?
They everybody cry like, oh, the West East is easier teams
Yup.
and the West is harder teams and blah 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 blah, or
Yeah.
vice versa. Whatever the landscape is, it's going to be too many. It's going to be too many complaints.
I like.
Keep it how it is.
I like to
I think
see-
it works.
I like to see it just based on the fact that of what you just said, and then would it entice teams here in the East to go after those guys in the West, and it's time to get paid.
Okay, so how about this? What happens when it's all West teams that win? What happens to those East teams that lost?
I don't know. I guess they don't. They're not in there.
Nah, they
They're
can't
not
do it.
in
They
there.
can't do it
It'll
like that.
never happen.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would be in there.
It's a nice attempt. I mean, it'd be something crazy to see, but they'll never let that happen.
Keeping up with the basketball theme, NCAA women's tournament and NCAA men's finished, but in particular, the women's tournament have been breaking records in viewership. And I tell you what, goddammit, the women's games were more entertaining than the men's. Most of the men's been blowout games. The women's games, they was going at it.
I watched on some real shit. I watched more of the.
Tell me 2 men's college basketball players this year.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch none
Can't
of
tell
the
me,
games.
can't tell me.
Bronny
No.
James is one.
He barely a college basketball player.
I didn't even.
Tell me one. Edie, that tall one from Purdue. Other than that, I can't tell you.
This is one of the rare seasons.
I bet,
Yeah, that's like the only one I knew. And
that
that's
big
only
that big
'cause
black kid
It's only because I watched
from
the
South
last
Carolina. But everybody else, I can't tell you.
I didn't watch.
game.
it.
Edie had like
Ain't gonna lie.
more than half the team
big as
points in
hell.
that last
He
game.
big as hell.
Team only scored like 50-something points. He had like
But
30
the
something.
women, every game had a star.
Mhm.
It'd rather be Caitlin Clark. Excuse me.
Well, where do they go from there?
So she
Other than-
is probably going to go to the
NBA.
WNBA, but she has a offer from Ice Cube to play in the Big Three for $5 million.
No, I wouldn't take that.
I would $5 million. He offered me $500,000. I'll tear my ACL tomorrow. $500,000.
Long as the check clear.
Guaranteed
Yeah.
up front. Yo, guaranteed money.
The check clear.
Give me $500 after tax.
She's gonna recoup that money with her endorsements alone. So.
Yeah, but $5
Don't she got a
$5
sneaker
million.
already with Nike?
No, not yet. I'm
Probably.
sure she'll get one.
Angel Reese got one with Reebok though.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Angel Reese is also leaving to the WNBA.
And one girl from USC is going too, I think.
Who?
The tall, I forgot her name.
She's Brazilian.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah. Yep. Also at USC, they got that young girl Juju Watkins.
Oh.
And she breaking freshman records, so she should be
cooking.
nice to watch for the next couple of years. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Yeah, if y'all got any thoughts on WNBA basketball, but those tournaments finished up. Sorry, it was Iowa versus South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina ended up winning. Shout out to them being undefeated season.
Yeah.
Men's, it was Purdue and
On some real stuff, I didn't even.
who did Purdue go against?
I don't even know.
Purdue
I didn't watch the men's thing. At all.
Not UConn. Was it UConn?
Yeah, it was. It
was UConn, right?
It was UConn, though, but I didn't watch the game.
One of the UConns made it, and
Yeah, because that's UConn
UConn
back to
won.
back. Yeah,
UConn won.
back to back.
yeah,
But this is the rare year. I didn't watch a lot of the men's games. I watched more of the women's games play.
they were balling, man.
I don't even like college ball like that no more.
They were really good.
I'm cool.
All right. Anything else in sports that I'm missing? Or
UFC was last night.
UFC 300 last night. I didn't watch it. Anything good?
Well, probably like
the highlights.
Let's see. Holly Holmes got submitted by Kayla Harrington.
I don't know who she is.
Well, she's the
I know Holly Holmes though.
Kayla Harrington was the she fought for the PFL, but what was ready to happen with her? Apparently, they was trying to book the fight with her and Cyborg, and Kayla Harrington was running her mouth, and basically Cyborg said sign a contract, and Kayla Harrington went to the UFC.
Oh, she's gonna get that face beater.
Yeah, she's a great fighter dog. Max Holloway put Justin Gaethje to sleep with probably one of the mother right hands I've ever seen.
You know what was crazy though? Just it happening with 2 seconds left in the last round.
He caught him too, man.
Of a big. I was like,
He was going to win the fight.
He was?
He was winning the fight.
Damn.
He knocked him out so bad, like his face touched his knee.
I mean, he face planted.
When he stretched all the way out, you could see.
It was like
where
2
his face
seconds
touched
left
his
in the
leg.
fight.
I was like, oh my.
2 seconds left in the fight.
I mean, if you really slow mo that hit, I mean, he caught him clean. I mean, it literally looked like a knife going through butter. How he hit
The
him.
ones you don't see coming.
And then Alex Pereira. I'm sorry if I'm butchering
And
his
then
name.
Poirier.
Poirier. He knocked out Jamal Hill after he got low blowed, and he basically waved him away, and then he uppercutted that man and sent him to the shadow realm.
He hurt him bad.
So,
Sorry, who won that match?
Alex Pereira.
Pereira?
Pereira.
Damn.
Yeah, it went like 2 rounds, I think. I think it went 2 rounds. But he caught him with a low blow, and he waved Herdine away from him, and he just uppercutted him, sent him to the shadow realm. And that was about it.
All right. Anything else in sports that I can't think of at the moment?
Nothing crazy.
All right. Let's see what else happened this weekend. All right. So there was a bunch of announcements in movies due to a CinemaCon that happened. Do y'all want to go with movies?
We can go to. We start with that one.
All right.
We'll just breeze through it.
All right. Anything in particular that caught your eye this past week with the announcements?
Paramount.
Okay. So what happened with Paramount?
Paramount. Basically, they announced a rumor that was confirmed that they're actually going to do TMNT, The Last Ronin. It's going to be a live action rated R movie, which is kind of like groundbreaking for a Turtles franchise. So.
That's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for you unlearned folks.
Last Ronin, live action, rated R is what from our hearing.
Yeah, they said it's going to be a hard R. So
I'm with it.
And the Watchers podcast.
Yeah,
Yes.
hard ER.
Always. Hardest ER.
Not. All right. Well,
That's crazy.
I'll allow it.
I'm really excited for that one, though. I mean, Paramount kind of like.
So, they also announced a couple other things. Weren't they the ones that had the announcements for Transformers?
Yeah.
So we getting 2 Transformers movies. One that's closer than the other. I think one might be this year.
The other one's an anime.
Oh, that's what it is. The Transformer one.
It's a
anime.
prequel.
And that's like a prequel to when Optimus and Megatron were younger.
Co-workers.
But then they announced the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie. If you've seen the last one, they kind of hinted at that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Is that a comic? I don't know.
It
too
was
much
a
about
comic,
the history,
but
it's going to be weird to me to see.
You know what? I think it's going to be weird.
What the fuck is Snake Eyes supposed to do against?
I don't know. He gonna jump on the back of
Optimus Prime,
or something like that.
like that comic. The comic book had Optimus Prime with Snake Eyes on his shoulder. I do remember that. I do remember that. What they gonna do? I don't know.
I think
We'll
it's
see.
one
They're
of them,
probably gonna fight aliens.
it's one of them things where you got two struggling franchises trying to find their legs, and they're actually trying to join together now. It's a weird concept, but I just want to see who's writing it and who's going to do it.
Okay.
And they also got Scream 6, which I didn't even know they did a 4 and a 5.
Scream. Yeah.
No,
It
Scary
should be-
Movie.
okay.
Scary.
Yeah, so Scary
yeah,
Movie's
yeah.
getting a remake.
Yeah.
Scary Movie's getting a remake, and we'll see. We'll see. A lot of people
I checked out after
are a certain
like,
way.
bro.
I
Like,
checked out after the
past
Wayne's
3
left.
and yeah.
A certain way about
It's already a long conversation for a scary movie. Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm a little, I don't know how I feel about it that they're remaking The Running Man with Glenn Powell.
With Glenn Powell, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. That's one of my favorites all time.
Brother.
You know what? It's one of the things was like, you know what? If this sucks, we always got the original to go back to.
Do you feel like since everything that's going on with Kang, tell me Kang's name.
Jonathan Majors.
Everything going on with Jonathan Majors. Does anybody else feel like kind of like Glenn Powell getting all the roles that he could have got?
I mean, it is. I mean,
it is. It's like a way to kind of race swap this one. But Glenn Powell.
Well, they did do that one movie together.
yeah. Devotion. It was good. I like Devotion.
Devotion
Watched
was
it the
real
other
good.
day again.
it was good. Man. I
good
like
movie.
that one.
Heartwarming. It's a heartwarming.
I don't know
film.
what has Glenn. What has he done? That
I only
Jonathan
know
Majors
him.
could've-
Yeah, I only seen him in that comedy movie.
Maverick. He was in Maverick.
That comedy movie with the girl from.
Oh, you saw that?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, I wanted to see it.
I get it. I get it.
Her name
Yeah.
Sydney.
Sydney Sweet.
Sydney.
Sydney Sweet.
Yeah.
But
I wanted to be in that movie actually.
Who
They
did?
didn't call me back though, so
It
I'll
made
be
a
in the
ton of money though.
I'll be in the sequel.
It made a ton of money.
I did. I wanted
I'm
to
sure,
see it.
and yeah, I'm sure.
And
And
it
they-
was,
I'm sure.
And there was bangers that was coming out like right behind it, and they were still in like 5th, 7th place floating around there.
And they even did like a Valentine encore for it. I still didn't catch it. I was watching Barbie or something.
I'm trying to think. Oh, we got a Joker trailer. Joker 2 trailer.
Was that part of the CinemaCon?
Musical.
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
it came there, but they dropped the trailer once they were done their CinemaCon presentation.
I'm intrigued.
It's interesting.
I'm intrigued. I think it's going to do numbers. I
don't-
think this will be the end. I don't think they're going to do a third
I
one.
hope so.
I don't.
It didn't need another one.
Yeah,
it
but the
made them-
numbers,
but
the
the
numbers
money
said
called
yeah,
for it.
The number said, yeah, we got to do another one.
I would say thank you for this, and let's put this focus on something
I think
else
it's gonna
that
be-
needs the bread.
Did you see the trailer?
Yeah,
I think the ending of it is convinced me.
I don't.
That
think
shot
it's-
alone was like, all right, yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be.
Gaga looks good as
I don't think it's gonna be a
Harley Quinn.
musical as much as
It's
they're
going to
saying
have
it's
musical
gonna be.
elements, but it won't be full-fledged
La,
music.
La Miserable. It's not gonna be that. Is that how you say it?
I saw that in
Also-
theaters.
On some real shit though, Gaga looks good as Harley Quinn though.
Gaga looks good as everything.
I'm not knocking it. I mean,
I'm gonna
she
be
looks
in a movie with her one day.
for real.
It might not be able to be shown in vid. Never mind.
Oh,
Everybody.
here we go.
Never mind. Sorry.
Canceled.
Everything was consensual.
and the last thing I remember from this past week with regards to movies was
This might be a bad idea having us face each other.
oh yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, if y'all see our new podcast setup, let us know what you think. Put your ones in the comment section if you like this setup. If not, we'll try something else. But right now we're going to throw up the ones and give us some acknowledgement. Sorry, where was I going with this?
You said
It was another announcement or
Deadpool.
trailer. Oh yes, so Deadpool had a trailer that they showed at CinemaCon. Some leaks that discussed what was being shown. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but
It was like 12 minutes of footage.
yeah, they got to see a good amount of footage from.
But it wasn't like the beginning of the movie to 12
It was
minutes.
more like a sizzle reel.
I wouldn't want to see that though.
Well, they have.
But they also made a part of it just for CinemaCon. Like
okay.
there was a snippet of Wolverine and him walking, talking to the crowd
All right.
Okay.
at CinemaCon.
All right, I'll put it like this, real fast. What CinemaCon is, everybody, is when they have movies in the theaters, they have to have a representative from there to promote it, to get the theaters, to see how much advertisement and how much more revenue, or get people excited to go to the theater to go see it. So they have these big conventions. Is it Las Vegas, right?
It was in Las Vegas.
It's Las Vegas, and they have some members of the media come in there, and they'll see some of the footage and everything, but it's just exclusive for there. But 9 out of 10, some of the footage they'll put out as an actual trailer after they're done their presentation. So
Okay.
that's what it is.
And whatever they show, the leak eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can find most of this online right now.
Someone right now saying, okay, go ahead and press send. Because they ready for the especially with what's name on its way with the next 3-4 months.
What's that?
Deadpool.
Yeah.
And apparently the word going around is they saying that may be the movie of the summer now.
Or the movie of the
Year. From what they said, what was shown, and what people are, with some leaks is coming out on it, they're thinking this may be the movie of the year. So
In a relatively dry year for comic book movies, yeah, I can see it.
But
It's really just 2 movies, right?
is Deadpool the first 2 in the $1 billion club?
well, the first one is. The second one is.
I wouldn't know. I have to go check. I can't.
I could swear that they made at least the first one made $1 billion.
They made enough to make a third one.
Yeah.
And I think just because now that they're under one umbrella, Ryan Reynolds is going to go gorilla with this stuff. With some,
Yeah, I think they're gonna have a lot of fun with this movie. I think they're gonna do a lot of fan service. And at what point do we get this opportunity to get certain people that we've always wanted to see together on screen? And not even just introduce. We will never, probably after getting this movie, maybe one other time, but we don't have much longer, right, to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Right.
If this is not his last go, this is probably his second to last go as Wolverine before they recast.
I think it's
his last go too, right? So that alone is going to sell tickets. But what we're hearing is we're not just going to get that. We're going to get some people from back then that you don't remember, some people back then that you do remember but you haven't seen in a while. You know what? We might even get some new people in here.
And they said the movie starts with an MCU cameo.
And I saw it. I'm not going to say it for no spoilers, but
yeah, I heard.
So I think it's going to be a lot of fan service, and I do think it's going to do numbers. And you know what? I think we kind of needed this. Nothing that is really progressing the MCU, but after the last couple of
They need
mishaps,
a jump start. They need a jump start.
we just need something to take our mind away and just give us something to enjoy.
They are definitely needing a jump start right now.
And to say enjoy, this is a segue for me if y'all wanted to talk about XMen97.
But
But before we get to that, you got something
they
left?
still showed Brave New World, Captain America.
Yes, yep.
And Thunderbolts. And
They did show Thunderbolts?
They said what they're doing. They put an asterisk by it.
So it's something up with that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
They changed the name with the
it's the
asterisk
asterisk
now.
in the title.
In the title.
So I'm like,
Okay.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And there's also like things that I guess they're because they had to change actors to play Sentry. That also changed how they did some stuff going on.
Okay.
there.
Yep. So, I did hear that.
Hopefully in both movies, like you were saying about Deadpool, that they introduce new people, because what their problem is, for me anyway, is that they just keep giving you more of the same. And I think that's what's causing their downfall.
They really need something.
They're not having a downfall. I mean, they're still making. If you make over $400 million for your movie, you're doing pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I dated a girl once whose favorite superhero was Sentry.
That's something you don't hear every day.
It was, I never heard of
that's
Sentry
definitely-
before then. I had to actually look who he was up. and I think
he's an interesting character. He's an interesting character. I mean,
he's very interesting.
It's a new one. I'd never heard of him neither until World War Hulk.
Then that's when I got introduced to him. Yeah.
See, her telling me that should have told me everything I should have known about her.
red flags.
Yeah.
It wasn't the. Never mind.
Cancel.
She knows who she is if she watches the show.
What I will say is, I went to the bookstore the other day. I went to Barnes and Nobles, and I consider myself a well-diverse guy, right? So after I went to go look at the business section and then the computer section, I said, you know what? Let me go over to the manga section.
Yeah.
You know what? There's some stuff that I want to kind of be spoiled on a little bit because they've been having some great. We've been talking about Jujutsu Kaisen,
Yeah.
and it's a grown person over in that manga section. And what I will say,
Where's this going?
is the hair in your nose when you just it starts to flare up and your eyes start watering.
Oh.
Yeah. So when you was talking about said person, I was gonna say it wasn't the nose, the hair in your nose that gave it away. It was the. All right. So yeah, let's go back to.
You know what? No, the moment was when she went to a birthday party for my friend and asked for extra fish. Now she knows who she is. Asked the man to fry more fish. You know what? We're not even gonna go into this story.
Yeah, because you know what, Jason.
XMen97.
XMen97 may have answers for you.
Can I like 2 seconds off of saying her? I ain't gonna say her name. Why am I still thinking about Lady Gaga? Yeah, XMen97.
XMen97.
I need to start watching it.
Yeah, your eyes
I heard
start
it's
watering.
crazy. Yeah.
You just. Your eyes start going like this.
Beanie Siegel told me you feel it in the air. I did.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it in the air.
XMen97, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on one second. XMen97. Only 5 episodes in, but God damn it. XMen97.
That show has been heat.
So that showrunner who got fired or let go or is parted ways, name is Bo DeMaio.
Off subject. They're talking about they may have to bring him back.
God damn it. After he wrote
there's
this,
a
after
rumor.
he
It's a rumor floating around saying that they pretty much know they got a monster hit right now.
so he
Because his script for season 2's already been greenlit and it's in the process of going through the animation part now.
he particularly had this episode in mind when he pitched this episode to whoever to get
4 or 5.
episode 5
Oh, okay. Ooh.
to get
To this point.
The job.
X-Men greenlit,
Leave the job. Okay.
right? And I'm going to try not to spoil this for the people who haven't watched, but particular things happen in this episode. Some heavy things happen in this episode.
This was a heavy episode.
And he has been quiet since they parted ways, for one.
Yeah.
And this is the first time
He spoke publicly
about X-Men after this episode aired. And he wanted to talk about how this episode. So for one, he says when we're younger and we watched X-Men, it kind of gave us a clear line of bad and good, right? And we felt safe because we could tell who the bad guys are. We could tell who the good guys are. But he said, honestly, as we grew up and after 9/11, the world is different where we feel safe, but in reality, a lot of times we're not safe.
Right.
So he himself, being a gay man, mentioned Pulse nightclub, which he'd been to before. Mm-hmm. And he said that this episode is how I felt about Pulse because I could have been there, or whoever could have been there, right? And we all felt safe there, never had a problem, danced carefree, and then something happens. And that's what he wanted this feeling of this episode to portray. But not only that,
Mission accomplished.
the particular characters from this episode And their arc in this episode is to show that we may not have the time that we think we have to say what we need to say to somebody. Or we always think that we're going to get that chance to remedy something, and then something like this happens. Yeah. And so think of all the lost things or the lost conversations that did not happen because of something being cut short.
Yeah, that's true.
And boy, did they do
it. When I read that, bro, I rewatched that episode again.
I'm trying to bring myself to doing it again.
I rewatched it again. It's good. It's good the second time. It's still good the second time.
I done watched it twice already, and
I can quote the goddamn episode there now. It's some memorable lines, and the one character in particular, that line he says at the end
was so true.
No.
The callback
is a callback to what he says in the first season, and whoa,
and it's also well, okay, never mind. That's too much.
It's setting up for where I think what everybody has been saying, that a certain character is going to be right based off of this action.
Thanos was right?
Yeah. I'm not saying who.
What?
No.
That's what he do.
No, he didn't do it. But there's a character that I think is finally going to really
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go over to what we thinking is he's going to, if this is true, a certain character is going to go off.
And so before we get off that topic, I want you to read a quote from him again in the same interview or whatever. Right? Guy, yes. Bo. And this, I just want you to hear how he ends this and how he wants you to think about the season going forward. Now, the X-Men do, and like each of us, they'll have to weigh whether this is time for social justice or, as Magneto preached at his trial, a time for social healing. And you can see where some of the characters are already going, where they're leaning towards. But
one being everyone's favorite, everyone's favorite Scott Summers,
and that's the one that has me really like, wow.
if they had played the ether music when he was going off on his soliloquy, I was like, oh my!
They got the video when he's doing it when he's talking to the
yeah.
I saw that one.
I mean,
oh my god,
the
heat was hot.
I mean, this is just the first 5 episodes, and it's just been like some jaw-dropping stuff that they have been doing, man. I just was like, wow.
What I appreciate about it is that it's growing up. It
a mature
grew up with us. And for when I watched this the first time, and I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. But then to hear what he had to say about it, I'm like, I get it. Like, fuck.
It's definitely not. Fuck. It's definitely not the '97 X-Men.
Yeah,
it is like, but like you said, it's grown.
Yeah,
it's a grown.
And to put that thought behind it, to put the callbacks behind it, he did his homework. And so, if it comes down to, hey, yeah, he might have did something that y'all don't want us to know about, but right now we willing to sign a petition saying we don't give a fuck. Bring it back.
Now I wonder if, because they've probably watched that show, months before, maybe even last year, before we even knew what was going to happen. You know what I mean? So I wonder, watching that episode or even reading that script is what made them be like, we can do this in live action. We already have the character Deadpool to be able to do it. And that's why they let him be rated R, because they already know that when people see that show, it's going to be like,
I don't know. This is the nervous part of me about MCU. And I'm hoping DC is being remedied under James Gunn. Whatever hiring that they've been doing for writing has not been with a guy like this. Bo DeMaio,
MCU or
MCU, MCU.
You know what's crazy?
The writers who've been writing whatever these projects been for the past year or two, outside of Ryan Coogler. The writing has been so easy writing, like just.
Well, Bo DeMaio, he did Moon Knight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did Moon Knight, but he
did other shows too.
He's did other ones. He's did one-offs for him, but
you can tell
they liked him enough to keep him in house.
You can tell it with James Gunn. You could tell it with Zack Snyder, and I'm gonna say Bo DeMaio now, where they're genuinely interested in the comic book lore. and they genuinely have stake in the game when they created this. He did not have to go back and give a reference to the original series. A lot of stuff he's doing, and to understand the audience for one and deliver, tells me he is head and shoulders above
what everybody else is thinking.
whoever they've been paying millions to write Ant-Man, whoever they've been paying to write Thor,
No,
whoever they've been paying to write what's that fucking one? I'm sorry, I don't want to say it like that. Excuse me. The Marvels.
well, that was Nina DaCosta, and me personally, I think that was a misfire. I think because
What does she have? What has she done?
she did Candyman.
See, to
And
me,
that-
she's not a comic book enthusiast.
But
She's
they
a great writer.
But they wouldn't let her. They wouldn't greenlight the original script she wrote though. What she wrote, the one we saw, it was not what she intentionally wanted to do.
Marvel stepped in and
Yeah.
took out a lot of stuff that was.
They
and
wanted,
then maybe that can be it. And Zack Snyder talked about that.
because her original opening for this movie,
Was
or
something
for
way
the
different.
Marvels, was supposed to be the Miss Marvel comic book of when Miss Marvel has to go and help Sam Jackson's character because he's taking precious cargo through the desert and they get attacked. The precious cargo is Wolverine, and Wolverine he snaps out, attacks, and he escapes, and then she goes to find him. But when she goes to find him, she gets called. She goes, "Hey, we got to do whatever this other mission was that they had." And Rogue was supposed to be one of the enemies, and she was supposed to steal her power in that movie,
Yeah.
but they didn't want to do that yet.
Now, see that? See, that's different. Now, again, Zack Snyder talked about this. Not Zack Snyder. It was who did the first Suicide Squad?
David Ayer.
There,
David Ayer talked about how they will come in and fuck your movie up,
that's every.
and it'll be a totally
producer.
different movie by the end of the.
Well,
at the
he
end of
shot one thing, and they had a trailer company cut his movie, and he didn't even. So what he saw in the theater was not what they had shot. Man.
It's all about the people who got the money, and it's your job to convince them that they can bring your vision to life with less money as possible.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the problem was. Is they was like, how do we pay Hugh Jackman to be in that movie to play Wolverine? And then that's telling people you're going to have Wolverine going forward. You're going to have this person that's playing Rogue going forward. I just don't think they're ready to introduce him.
And I can see
Whatever
that.
story relevance it may be,
Yeah.
because Captain Marvel's story was in the 90s. She was only in Endgame. You got a whole fresh platter to work with.
Yeah.
Gap in between.
Yeah, there's a whole plethora of things. And that's probably why she wanted to write the story that way.
Yeah.
But they was like, oh no, we want to
But
add.
it's probably a lot that has to go with that story too, because I've heard some rumors about how Fantastic Four is going to be introduced, and that changes the dynamic about Fox characters versus inherent MCU characters, in my opinion.
And they said they brought them up too at that CinemaCon. Fantastic Four.
Yeah, speaking of that, you got a female Silver Surfer. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. And so she's
How do
not,
y'all feel
she's-
about it?
So I don't think she's going to be the final Silver Surfer. I think she's going to be whatever variant Silver Surfer and that's kind of going into what I was hearing about Fantastic Four.
She's going to get beat, and it's going to be the point where he has to go and find the other one. Because what's his name?
Lakeith.
No.
Lakeith.
The original Silver Surfer. Not original Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
After her.
yeah.
Norman Rad.
Yeah,
Norman
Norman
Rad.
Rad. I hope it's not Lakeith Stanfield. Me personally, I don't want him to be that character.
Yeah.
You can get anybody to be that character, honestly.
Yeah.
Lakeith Stanfield deserves to be
Something
something
better.
bigger. Yeah.
Okay.
He's earned that shit.
Okay. I'm not going to argue. I can't argue that now. So
Especially after Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yo, that
Had
movie.
me ready to attack that man.
Yo, if I
It
see
was
him,
on site.
I live for the people because
know
I
how-
love the people.
if I see him, it's gonna be like watching like Low Down Dirty Shame when like Peaches saw that actor and punched him. He did that good of a job in that movie, man. I was just like, yo, man.
When he told and dipped, I was like, that is every snitch that ever lived right there.
All right. Anything else in movies before we get off of movies? So
Real
let
quick.
me do a time check real quick. Sorry, give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. One second. We are at all right. We have 40 minutes. Yeah, we're good.
Con Godzilla real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, try to do no
Talk about it
spoilers.
now? Can we talk about
How long has it been out?
Like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't watched it, but feel free to
still haven't
discuss.
watched it yet?
No, not yet. I'll get around to it. It's a couple things out in the movie theaters right now. I think I'm gonna try to check out. that Civil War movie,
Well,
Monkey Man, and Godzilla.
I seen 2 of them. Well, I'll say this:
3. You seen all 3?
No, I didn't see Monkey Man.
Oh, that's right. You didn't see it. That's right. I
I'm
did.
probably trying to catch it this week. But Civil War was.
I thought we were going to Kong Godzilla.
I'm sorry.
Start with Kong Godzilla.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And try not to still not to give the plot
He
away.
said Civil War, and that was the one.
Still try not to give a plot away. Just tell what you liked about it. Get your overall
Of what?
rating.
Of which
Kong
one?
versus anyway. It don't matter to me.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll start with Kong and Godzilla. It was a classic case of this being a show movie. It was not -1, but it was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was definitely different than -1. It was definitely different than -1. It was fun. It was a lot of action.
Okay.
A lot of kaiju combat. Story was what it was. We weren't looking for Shawshank.
We weren't there for the.
Yeah, we did. We didn't need Shawshank Redemption or anything. So
The monster action delivered.
it got to what it needed to get to fairly quickly. I've already seen it. I've seen it 3 times, but I'm gonna let Brian say his piece because I got something to talk about it.
Go ahead. 'Cause my response to that's gonna be short and sweet.
Oh no, go ahead because I'm gonna talk about.
No, I was gonna say Kong Godzilla definitely wasn't -1, and it's like some of the times sometimes when you watch those movies and it has to have the human element in it because the monsters can't talk. I'm just like, okay, just keep shortening it more and more, and get us there. You don't have to make these movies an hour almost or an hour
2 hours.
45 minutes, almost 2 hours. They don't got to be that long.
It
was that long?
It's an hour 55.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that long.
Okay.
You can get to that point 10 minutes sooner, maybe 15 minutes sooner,
Okay.
and you'll still have as much action because the action scene itself is 2-3 minutes long at best. You know what I mean, depending on what you're doing with it. So yeah, I loved it. I've seen it twice. I won't see it no more until it's on regular TV.
Yeah.
But it was definitely one of the ones where it's like, hey, if you could pick your movie of the year so far, or even when everything's all said and done in 2024, like which one did you have the most fun with? It's probably going to end up being that one.
Okay.
So I had a coworker introduce me to something that I did not even know existed. Have you ever seen a movie in 4DX?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Kong Godzilla was my first experience. 4DX, worth every penny. Like the ticket's like $25. Me and one of my boys went to see it. I'm like, 25, that's a lot. Well, we saw a matinee. So it's 23 on 23 on matinee. We were like, all right, the seats might shake a little bit. You get a little rumble.
Spit.
Might get some
roar.
some water and all that, some extra light and sound.
Some of the the hair in your nose. Some of that.
Extra hair in your nose.
Some of that.
It was
Just enough to make the eyes water.
It's like if you were on and I've never been to Universal Studios.
Okay.
This is what I think Universal Studios is probably like. It's like a 2-hour ride.
Okay.
A ride. Like when the seats, in the previews, they had Planet of the Apes.
Don't they do something with like air?
Well, Planet of the Apes preview and Twisters preview. I don't even want to see Twisters. Don't even care. I don't care about the first one. I'm going to see it just so I could go see it in 4DX. It's smell. The seats move. Like we thought they was going to shake. No, these seats up, down. We rocking. Like you're moving.
Yeah.
There's smell, sounds, water. There's smoke. There's different. There's air. Like I don't know what was behind our heads. But something kept. You kept. I'm down in your ankles. Because at first I had to ask him.
No,
like, Yo,
I've never been there.
I said, you got these tubes down by your ankle. Something getting you on your ankle. Yeah. Shit touch you on your ankles. Like
that Diddy documentary gonna be different in that movie. That Diddy documentary, that bad boy baby, and then ankles start blowing the air by your ankles start.
So I say all that to say, if you can get to a 4DX movie, try it out. It's fun. It's a good. I saw it twice in 4DX actually.
Could you imagine Showgirls in 40?
Yeah, I'll be worrying about what's getting splashed on me.
This better be a part of the show.
Where's it coming from?
And there's actually a no water button too that we discovered after the movie's over. You can turn it off. Like, I'm assuming it's not. I don't even know where the water was coming from. We thought it was coming from the ceiling or something, but the button apparently needs to be coming from the seat or something. It's crazy.
I have to go on a slow night with nobody in there, and it's like spacing between each other.
Oh yeah, because so the seats are tight, but they're in bunches of 5. So what you do is you just look at who's got what seats, and now I know not to get a seat right next to somebody or
Do they recline?
right next. Huh?
Do the seats recline?
The seat moves. The whole thing it's an apparatus. The
I'm
seat
thinking,
is-
I want to lay
Like a
down.
roller coaster.
yeah, no, you can't. Oh, you don't want to lay down on it.
You don't want to lay down with some water dripping on your face, Brian. It's making it too easy.
Drown in the theater.
And then anybody watching, if you go to a 4DX theater, I implore you, do not buy food outside of popcorn. Don't get no pretzel bites. Don't get no hot dog. Don't get no chicken tenders. Don't get nothing that you have to look at or be able to keep contained while all the motion is going on. Popcorn is like the only thing you might be safe to have.
Yeah, and if you got the Doom box, the Doom cup with the popcorn, you should be all right.
Or if you got the where's the camera at?
Got
the Godzilla Con.
No promotion.
Godzilla.
We're not
shit.
paid.
We talked about it. We can't see the images.
What's that?
Godzilla Con.
No, I saw it.
Okay.
You talking about that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, okay.
I got it.
Look, I know
Yeah,
we
I got it at a good angle. I got it at a good
Paid.
angle. Don't worry.
He'll blur it out.
Oh, I mean,
You don't have to blur it
yeah,
out.
we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
But no, that like seriously, if you go to that movie, or if you got food, you better hurry up and eat it before the previews even start.
Damn.
Eat it, get done. Don't be late to your seat. Just make sure you're already there and planted, because shit got real quick. We wasn't expecting that. And I feel like a lot of people in the theater is their first time experiencing it too. Just because how you hear people screaming, oh wow, yeah.
What if they do Saw movies like that?
Yo, yeah, I'd be a little scared.
You look at the guillotine.
Something poked you like, oh.
Or Texas
all I'm
Chainsaw
saying is
Hurt.
don't go and see no Sydney Sweeney movie
Speaking of,
and no 4DX.
I'm still thinking about Lady Gaga, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, the closest one is KOP.
Oh, that's what y'all.
Let's transition now. Let's transition out of entertainment real quick. Y'all want to go wrestling, or y'all want to go some rap beef?
Yeah,
Let's go rap beef.
Yeah.
Let's go rap beef. Let's see how long this takes us
Get
to
her
get through.
over and done with.
Let's just see how long this takes us to get through.
All right, Jake versus everybody.
Jake,
Drake.
Drake versus the world.
Jake.
It was Jake versus Alonzo.
All right. I don't know where to start with this. I'll let one of y'all. Jason, I know you got a lot to say.
Let Jules go. I mean, because we
don't
already
even
prefaced,
know
we
how-
talked about
So
the beginning.
we already discussed the beginning of this.
At
We,
that
we
point,
talked about
J. Cole was still in it. At that point.
yes. We talked about Kendrick initiating with Future and Team against Jake. I said, God damn it, Drake and J. Cole, and that's what I'm calling them two together.
Is
But,
that what the J stands for?
so since then, we have gotten a J. Cole diss, which he then
Retract.
about a week later,
Retract.
No, not even a week later.
not even a week.
like 2-3 days later.
Oh damn.
I thought it was sooner than that. I thought it was right after he said it, the last bar.
Because I think he dropped it on a Friday. He dropped that Might Delete album, the little mixtape that he dropped, 7-minute drill, and then I think he recanted by either Sunday evening or Monday morning.
Nah,
I
you
think
supposed to
Solomon
stand-
Grundy, born on a Monday.
Yup.
Oh,
All right.
died on a Sunday.
So yes, J. Cole then apologizes, and right now it's not available, but basically wants to recant his disc from the record books.
I've never seen that happen in all the years of rap. I've never seen
said
that.
And
said it weighed on his spirit, and he wasn't sleeping well. And who am I? I can't speak for him, so
But
I'll leave it at that. But
what was crazy was
He jumped in on it, and now he's trying to bank Drake now.
no, it wasn't even. I could even see if he said something lewd or lascivious or something that he was like, yo, I really feel bad that I said that about Kendrick, who I'm friendly with. He didn't even do that, though. It wasn't like he talked about his moms or talked about his wife or said something like scathing and crazy, like out jump out the window with some shit. He didn't even do that. He just, it's some jabs, and you were just responding to what he had already said. I don't understand the apology. I get it, your spirit, all that. Yeah, he probably had some tofu milk that morning.
It ain't his lane.
I don't know.
yeah,
I'd have felt better.
maybe that's not him.
I'd
He
have felt
wants
better
to
if he
go
never
to
said
Andre
anything.
3000 route. And
Playing flute in the airport.
I'm not a battle rapper. I'm not a freestyler. I'm just a guy who makes good songs, and we're gonna leave it at that. Lyrically, I can come up with some great lines.
You know what they say?
Play flute in the airport.
Somebody should home you scared to go to church. That's what like. But I feel like it would have just been so much better had you just not said anything there. You should have played your lane. You should have been true to yourself. Been like, oh, I don't really get into the battling things. But the side note for me,
He had to respond, but
This is what I asked last week, where I said, "Is rap a competition sport?" I started that conversation asking y'all that question before we even got into it, and I said somewhat.
it can be if you want it to be.
And if we are under the impression that rap is competition, in essence, in order to pick a hierarchy or a number one or of, whatever list you have in your head, I think rap gets a weird. And so let's break it down just a little bit. I don't want to go too hardcore into this. Part of it is the essence of the black male persona.
Mm-hmm.
We have, and I could be totally wrong about this, but tell me where I'm going with this. We inherently, in almost anything, let's say sports, we got to look at and see who the number one is, and we got to say like, yeah, he's the dude because it's an admiration thing almost as well. So think about country music.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going at saying who's the best country music artist, or are they just saying we trying to make some good? Or do they care? Do
Not
they
publicly.
care?
Not
Do they
publicly.
care though?
Not publicly. I don't think they do it publicly.
But in the back of their head, they do care.
Like they care.
R&B.
Same.
oh,
But
that's
see, R&B, even then, that's a predominantly black thing to me. So let's talk about, I don't know, fucking Kenny
Rock.
G.
Talk rock.
Rock.
Kenny G, they trying to relax, man. Kenny G and them so smooth jazz.
So
they trying to chill.
let's go to rock then. Are they, I can't give you an example of rock artists going at each other saying, oh, no, I'm the best rock artist of all time.
if
And another one
anything with
came
rock artists, they arguing with each other.
Yeah, within their group.
Within
There's always
themselves.
dissension.
within their group, right?
But even
That's
within
like
that,
Van Halen and what Guns N' Roses and all that.
but even in that conversation though, rock didn't start competitively. You got to think of the origins.
Has it ever been competitive?
I mean, I
Is
feel
my-
like
is my
they're
question.
competitive, but I don't think its origin
that
is
same net-
we're
that-
the greatest rock band. I'm the greatest country singer.
Also-
But rap started like that. Like, yo, I got the best rhymes. Yo, I got the best rhymes.
And that's what I'm
we
saying.
got the best rhymes.
I
so,
think inherently rap is competitive.
yeah.
Because of the bravado that it was created out of,
Yeah.
make it competitive.
I just think it's the nature of the black man. Like
And it could be.
we come from tribes of kings, so it's inherent in our blood to want to be
The alpha.
of whatever
Yeah.
we in. It's already in the makeup. So I think when you get
It could be.
around, certain guys, some people, and there's always tribes that look out for one another. Like these guys over here, they supply the fish and the rice and whatever, and these guys bring the water and the drinks, whatever, the fruit, whatever. Like there's bartering and stuff like that. They're together. Hey, when your daughter's of age and my son is of age, they'll marry, and then our tribes will be one. that stuff happens. And our tribe right here, we won. But I think when it comes to those guys, it's more pressure from the people that's paying them. Like the label guys are the ones that's pushing them into these unnecessary problems. Because you think about Tupac really never wanted problems with Biggie. He just got forced into it by Suge Knight. Like, Suge Knight was like, your records ain't selling. You need to start doing something that's going to sell me some records.
So outside of Biggie and Tupac,
this happened.
We're so sorry. The whole point I was getting at with that is, do we rank J. Cole differently now that he does not follow that competitive formula that we associate with rap?
I do.
So
I 100% do.
And
I 100% do.
You believe that's a part of the formula of becoming being a great rapper?
This is how I look at the rap. I say there's people that want to just make rap, like party rap. There's all different. It's not just one type of rap. Mm-hmm. There's party rap. There's gangster rap. There's conscious rap. There's club rap. There's all different types of rap. But when you choose that lane, J. Cole chose that lane to be in. You've been swerving in all these features. You can't talk about you killing every feature. Well, they asking for a feature. You want to see the face of death. That's a line. That's a line you saying. You ask for a feature, you're going to see the face of death. That you talking that talk. And I feel like there's rappers that want to, like, I feel like Drake wants to be number one. I don't even think that's a company. I think that's who he is. I want to be top. Now that I've been here so long, I want to be king on top of this. And I think Kendrick's also competitive. And he wants to be number one. I think they legitimately want to be number one. And there's guys that want to be number one. They just not in that echelon. Like Big Sean thinks he's up there. He's not up there. He's a great rapper, but he's not up there. He's just not in that echelon. He never has been in that echelon. Maybe when he was first out and he was lumped in with Drake and ASAP and Kendrick and all that, he had a chance, but he didn't elevate like everybody else elevated. So, But my thing was, J. Cole's been on a tear for a couple years now, killing features, talking about he's that guy. He got the flow. Anybody want it, they can get it. And then somebody came with it, and you gave it back, and then you cried in your pillow about it because you couldn't sleep. And that's my issue. Like, if he had never got in it and was like, if you weren't on wax talking about, yo, I kill every feature, I get on a song, I make him want to all this, that, and the third, then okay. If you weren't doing that, I'm fine with you saying, yo, this ain't my lane. This isn't what I want to do. I'm not that type of rapper. I don't need the controversy. I just want to chill and vibe out. Namaste yourself. That's cool. You can be that, but you weren't talking like that the last couple of years on these features. You weren't talking like that. So now you're in it. You're in it.
All right. And
you in the big three, you automatically got to be three now. You can't even be one or two.
Well, I heard they taking him out and putting a Lil Uzi.
I might have to put him back at 7.
I have a question because you said that guys like Cole and Drake and Kendrick all want to be number one. I was under the impression that Drake was number one.
It's personal preference, I would say, but there's a general conversation to be had that.
So at the end of the day, like, what does it really matter
about being number one?
Yeah. What
again? That's my question.
Where does it matter?
Where does why is this stemming? Right.
Right.
And it's a part of this the inward kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Is it about flipping Drake fans to Kendrick fans and vice versa? Is it about because obviously these dudes is arguing over women. Like, is it because of that? Like, they're trying to see who bodied the most women. Like, what does this say? What they say? To what end is
the end game at?
So
to what end? Because we know how real rap beef goes. This ain't real rap beef.
We can't say that's. What is your real rap beef goes?
To me, a real rap beef that Drake was in was with Pusha T. That was a real rap beef.
I got personal.
See,
real quick.
I think it became personal because of the response from Pusha T.
It was
before that. It was a jab until Pusha T said
that was a real rap.
Right.
Because what made me
Still got issues with that song, but go ahead.
what made me think that this was like that was real beef.
We're still in the jab phase in this part of it.
It's not there.
It's not. It hasn't reached that part now.
When Pusha T's first line and that one song, I forgot the name of the song.
Story added on.
Yeah, that the one where we had the blackface picture of him.
Adonai, yeah.
So when he says drug dealing aside, Ghost Riders aside, that to me said, this is about to get interesting, because Drake already said all he do is rap about drugs and talk about I got Ghost Riders. He said we're gonna put all that to the side, and from now on this is gonna be about you. And like there's no complimenting him in none of them bars, and he even went after like the people he knew that was gonna affect him the most. Like his dad, his mom, his boy. That to me is like that's beef. Like that is something where I might if that was me, if I'm Drake, you might have to pull me off him if I see him.
And so that's
but these guys weren't there yet.
That's
or
a part
never will
of
be.
the excitement a little bit. I don't want to say it excitement. It's a part of this process where we get excited about stuff like this because we want to see
how far it is.
How far is it gonna go?
I'm not excited.
And right now we're in the jabbing phase. We just hit the bell. They came out. Kendrick threw the first punch. Now Drake threw J. Cole threw the second punch. But then he was like, "Hold up, I gotta go, guys." And then,
but even based off of what they said in this jab session, to me, it don't feel like it's something. I think people want it to be something other than what it is.
We'll see.
Just because there's nothing going on.
We'll
in rap.
see. Do they genuinely hate each other? Probably not. Probably not.
And it's the universal hate for Drake.
Yeah.
That everyone wants to clown him. You know this.
Yeah.
And it's basically he feeds it, right. So it's like he takes it all with a smile, at least in the public eye. Mm-hmm. So when he's home, I wonder how he really feels about this.
He put his feet up in the.
I want to know how that feels, because when he said, because when Push said that line about him not being able to like grow his hair and he couldn't because it was nappy. Now he got braids.
Pusha T's like definitely got to him because of he even said that he didn't come out with a response because it would have to get to another level. It couldn't even been no words.
He said he had the response. He said
but they said it had to go all the way left basically.
I don't think he has the capacity.
I think that regardless of whatever he had coming back,
it was gonna be super ugly.
That Pusha T still would have came back even worse. In my opinion, I'm gonna keep it like that.
And look, he's been giving Drake ammunition, showing up to places wearing kilts and stuff.
That's all here and there, right?
Well, that's like you don't rap at. Well, people don't hug the block like they used to no more anyway. Well, even when they were, like, you wasn't gonna see somebody come out like saying, "Oh, I'm going to Fashion Week." Boys, like, bro.
So what is real quick, let's get back to this weekend. So,
but even going back though, real quick before we get all the way off of this part, to me, it's just who you are, who you decide to be, where you position yourself. And then if you position yourself in a certain spot
of being a part of this
yourself,
competition,
you can't come in and say, I'm not the 1 to 2. I'm the new. You say I'm the numero UNO. That's you said it.
I can't. Part of me is saying that I can't knock him for not wanting to be involved in rap.
Don't say nothing in the beginning. Yeah, he should not have said nothing.
I do agree that now he does have to tailor his words about being such and such and don't nobody want smoke type of stuff. He can't say that in any word.
I can't listen to the first person shooter no more. I can't listen to him on there no more. I can't listen to the first person shooter and what you was getting off and then was like, I'm sorry. Yeah. You could have just he didn't even have to apologize. He could just be like, you know what? I'm no longer going to be a part of this, and boom, I have my response.
I guess if you're looking for silver lining, he being true to himself. You know, he know that's not his lane.
Should have did that. You should have did that 3 days before.
But it's some people that just don't want
you know
to acknowledge it.
So even with his apology of it, he had a decent diss.
It was a good diss.
I didn't even listen.
I liked it.
So I can't say that he can't do it.
Yeah,
it's just he's
don't want it.
Not mentally wanting to do it. Okay,
because I think repercussions is what he's worried about.
Yeah, and possibly.
Because it's not like when Hove and Nas was beefing, and it's like
I think he got a text message and Khaled was like, "Look, man, we got 15 people lined up about to go with Drake."
That poor man going through trauma right now.
And he was like, 15?
It might have been Hove. Hove might
He's
have
like,
called him.
who on the list? Who on the list? Oh, we got him. Scissors are coming. Oh, damn, me and him got a feature. All right, I'm going to just sit out.
Me personally, I think he might have got a phone call from somebody, big homie, and was like, look, is this really what you want to do? Because everyone teams up on that man. So do you really want to align yourself with this dude? And basically he be fighting his own fight because his own crew don't even jump in this stuff with him no more. So it's like.
He never really had a crew, though.
Young Money?
Huh?
Young Money won his crew?
I mean, who could rap outside of Wayne?
Young Money.
Wayne really the only one rap.
But that was his crew, though. He had
and we don't want Nicki in it.
But he had. But my thing is, he had a crew, and they don't rock with him. Like I think it's something about him that makes people.
And so we were talking about this a little before. We were talking about this before the podcast started.
Okay,
I mean,
there is something, and I'll acknowledge it. There is a general. I don't know if it's because he wins a lot, and people tend to not like the Yankees.
Jealousy.
Michael Jordan. Look at Michael Jordan.
See, but to me, Jordan's different. I would call him more LeBron.
Jordan wanted the fight.
Yeah,
He wanted it.
I would say he's more LeBron.
But I feel like Drake. No, LeBron.
I think Drake
right
is
now,
more LeBron than Jordan.
Drake and fucking Cole's LeBron now. Drake want the fight.
Nah, I'll give J. Cole KD.
Yeah.
No, he's
He
no.
got
KD.
all the skills. He got all the skills that makes him the best.
If that's not
But-
his thing, that's
No,
not him.
He you know what? This ain't really working out for me.
He's not KD. He's fucking Kawhi Leonard.
Nah,
don't
he's
need
KD.
don't need.
I would say
Who's
Kendrick
Kawhi
is Kawhi.
Oh, you call it okay.
KD is J. Cole
Oh, okay.
and Drake is LeBron.
Yeah.
I think that's an almost perfect
Yeah.
analogy of their careers too.
Yeah.
Well,
Kawhi and Kendrick are the
'Cause-
quiet one that don't really make too much noise. You don't see him all the time. He injured, but when he do come out, he got them wins.
Yeah,
and LeBron has all the records, all the
records,
Still
accolades, the
no
face
one
of
likes him.
face of the league. Nobody likes him, and all the other players talk shit behind his back,
All right,
except for
that-
when he did.
Even
All right,
John
that makes
Moran
sense.
caught it.
And then
the way
KD got all the skills and abilities to be the best in the world.
Yeah, he
It's
will
just
be.
sometimes he is, but a lot of times he not. And then when it don't work out, I gotta go.
So Michael, I know one. If I had the opportunity to ask Drake a question, I'd be like, well, you have a certain persona that you put out there, and that's who you are. You stick to that when you be out there. But I'm like, is this really where you really want to go? Because if this was the '90s, if it was back in the day, it probably wouldn't. He wouldn't even say anything. Like compared to who the guys that was out there doing stuff, like it's not going to be like.
Are you talking about this in particular?
Yeah, I'm talking about like beefing on records. Like it's not like EPMD when they broke up and they got one spot in Jersey and they got the other side of Jersey, but when they go in the same area, they looking to each other to fight one another. You know what I mean? It's not like when Mobb Deep was roaming New York and
So
Keith Murray and all them running up on them. Like it's not that kind
again.
of.
This is not to the point where I hate you type of stuff. This is really
a tit for
a
tat.
competition for the N-word kingdom.
Yeah, for the people. Yeah, for the people to decide
who's the king of that kingdom right now, and that's what it's coming down to.
It's LeBron.
And so
Well,
there's a
it
lot
makes
of
it
people
great.
saying LeBron, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's people that saying, well, a fully healthy Kawhi is better, can take a LeBron out.
And Drake, he already dropped his diss record, right?
So yeah, so that's where we didn't even get to it. So Drake did a diss track that came out odd yesterday.
Drop and give him 50.
It came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it.
And so it leaked, but then
Had different
academics got another version of it later on. That
The
was
lyrics-
the real version.
Some of the lyrics were changed, and
Some of
beat
the
was
lyrics were
different.
changed.
Production was different.
Yeah, it was a
What?
real weird release.
For what? Oh, you know what? I can't even frown upon that because Ether had different verses that they told him to chill on.
Yeah, and both versions came out though. That's what was crazy. So he says his stuff. I don't know if you want to go into some of the stuff he talked about.
Hit the main point when
what I want to say is, Rick Ross replied the same day with his, and so regardless,
He had that shit.
regardless of
Sitting.
whatever I feel about Rick Ross's diss, I applaud him for at least coming out with the response the same day. But go ahead about
It wasn't
Drake's
even the
diss.
same day. It was 2 hours.
2 hours.
But see, this is
And he referenced stuff
that
he referenced stuff that he said in his diss. So
It was already on.
he had it
He
ready.
had
He
it.
just added a couple lines like, "Yo, I got to make it sound like I just." And that's my issue with Ross. Now this is gonna be my issue, and I've liked Ross. So
He ain't had that energy with 50.
he did. He did. He
didn't have that energy to back up Meek when Drake was out there killing him. But my thing was, first of all, Ross already had that song on top, which makes me believe the fact that your baby mama came out and said he been talking shit about Drake for years.
Okay.
But
And again, to me, they don't like him. They talk. Everybody talk bad.
But my
about
thing
him
is,
behind his back.
if you don't like him, don't get on the track with him. Don't ask him to be on your album. Don't do this.
That
don't
was
do
just
that
easy
with him.
money to him.
Don't do this. Don't do that with him. That's me. You're gonna be real about it. Let's be. But we already know Ross. Ross, you a CEO that took another man's name and took his life.
And the man and the guy
Let's
he
just be
stole
honest
from
about
don't
who you
even
are,
like him.
Ross.
All right.
But we still let you live in here. We still let you make music. And he's a great beat selector. Great beat selector.
All right.
Wonderful. This still was kind of like,
I'll leave it up to the fans. I'm not going to try to determine who had the best diss right now. I can pick and choose certain parts from everybody's release and say, hey, that's all right. But what do you have on Drake's response? Any initial thoughts
I
on?
like it.
I like it.
I like it. I like that anybody that responds.
I got
Period.
It was funny that people initially thought it was AI, and I listened to it. I said, I've
Because
heard,
the release was weird.
Yeah.
but I've heard Drake AI songs, and you can, it's something in it you can tell. Now I listen to a lot of Drake. When I first heard it, I said, that's not fucking AI. That's Drake. Now whether it got leaked, whether it was a plan leaked, whatever happened, because you know shit just happens. Because it's a different beat, and he had a couple different lines in the first version. But just like the voice inflections and stuff that he's saying, I said that don't sound AI. AI's good, but it ain't got that good yet.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, that's Drake. I was like, that is Drake right there.
Okay.
I like it.
I enjoyed it.
He shot off on like 5 different people. Like and
He did.
and he got
did.
off on everybody he was trying to get off on.
Yep.
Metro Boomin, John Moran.
He called one Metro called
John
one line
Morant.
and that was it.
John Morant caught a stray. How did John Morant? Because he
some girl.
caught a stray. He caught a stray.
Well, John Morant, whatever, supposedly at one point Drake dated
The same
his
girl that he
his
was
ex-girlfriend
yes.
or whatever, and John Morant got online, and that's why he said, yo, all that blah 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 online is bitch shit. But he got online and said something about
choosing the side.
choosing the side.
Well, Metro
Metro's on Metro.
posted something. He said, "Stay on that side."
Yeah.
That's what he said. And so, all right.
Yeah, Brian, your face.
so- What I will say though, Brian, Pusha T. Sorry, not Pusha T. ASAP Rocky got in this,
And I like ASAP,
He
but
should just stay home with Rihanna.
but he did it for Rihanna.
He got one.
He did it for Rihanna. He did it for Rihanna because
She did it for the Rocks. So.
because Drake did go at Rihanna in his last album, and so he did it for Rihanna, and I respect
okay.
that. I respect that.
All right, so this dude's fishing for problems.
I think he ready for it too.
I feel like he didn't go at Rihanna. He said some slick shit
He
about
said he went at
Rihanna.
Yeah,
man.
All right,
Yeah.
Jason,
He said
Jason,
about
He went
Rihanna
at her.
man.
Jason,
He said
Jason,
something slick.
Jason.
What's
It's
up?
either you do or you don't.
Riddle me this, Jason.
It's a do or you do thing, man.
Did Pusha T body Drake?
No,
See, this is why I can't trust you.
but why?
I can't trust his. I
But
can't trust his
are-
logic.
Are we?
Biased.
Are we going?
He's
No.
being
Are we
real
gonna-
biased right now.
You are.
Are we going to have a real
Oh,
conversation
we've
about
always
story?
had
He specifically was talking about Rihanna in that song.
What song?
On that All My Dogs song, for All My Dogs, whatever that I
What
got
was
to
the line? Tell me the line.
All right, now I got to go pull it up. But by the end of this episode, please look up the
They
lines
got,
for me.
just Google the lyrics.
Nah, because I'm like when I talk about Pusha
He
T.
even said he talking about the Navy, whatever. He was specifically talking about Rihanna.
Oh, just
all
bear
the,
with me.
all the lines he said. Just look up Drake song about Rihanna for me, okay? Don't say that he wasn't talking about her.
I mean, he's taking shots at the men she fucking with.
Well, this is where it is. You can't be biased on this, man.
No, but this is my thing. If we want to have a conversation about Pusha T and Story Adana, we can have a conversation about that song.
I'm talking about the song that Drake came out with versus the song that Pusha T came out with. Which one did better?
Duppy Freestyle is a better song. Oh my God. What?
Push
Okay,
better.
so- all right,
so let's have the conversation.
This
we're not
record.
gonna have the conversation.
Let's
So fuck it. I ain't gonna
have
talk
it. This. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, I'll give you. Go ahead.
So this is what I've always said about Story Adana, right? Brian's the first person I've ever heard be able to say any lines from the song. Story Adana, take out him announcing that Drake has a son. Tell me what else is in that song.
Sick.
Okay, he's got a sick friend that's got MS. Oh, that line's mind blowing. Sick.
It is.
You're tick.
It is because
Tick.
that's supposed to be his man's his one man $100,000. And then
That was crazy.
Then he said something about his Beyonce. Like
Yeah, you want to see Beyonce.
Your Beyonce.
But that, and she's not even a porn. This is where
She damn near. She was.
He took a shot.
She on it.
she got new pictures online.
You can find them. You can find them.
I look for.
Joe Button know her. She was out there in the parties.
She got new pictures online and what's
Joe
her
Button
name?
said she was out there in the parties.
Regular
Hey,
chick,
listen. Look at this. ASAP Rocky said he hit first.
All right, hold on.
And hold up. And he said
ASAP Rocky said he hit before he had the
Yeah,
baby.
this is for all the dogs, all right?
Go.
Okay, I'm not going to rap it, but he's. Hold
oh
on.
no, you gotta spit the bars.
Oh, no. Give me a beat. Girl. No, I'm kidding. No, not kidding.
Where's the AI Drake?
No, yeah. I'm just going to read. Pardon me, I don't have my glasses on.
Come on, we are 12 o'clock.
Okay, it says,
Yeah.
girl can't ruin me. Better him than me.
Better him than me. Talking about ASAP Rocky.
Better it's not me. He
Better-
said, I'm anti.
Anti.
I'm anti.
That
Yeah.
was something she.
Her stuff is.
Damn it, I ain't
Go
done.
ahead.
I ain't done. He said, yeah, and the sex was average with you. Yeah, I'm anti because I had it with you. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's a shot. We'll give it to you. That's a shot.
That's
That's a shot at her.
That's
shot at
deliberate, man.
So- shot at her.
Is it gonna be one of them things where someone's gonna be like, but back in 2016, ASAP Rocky said this about Drake, and he has to respond right now.
No, but he said it.
That's a shot. I'll tell you.
But he
That's a shot.
said it. He said it actively.
Off of-
like this is not 4 years ago. We're talking about a record that just came out a couple months ago.
But is he?
He's not with Rihanna no more.
Is that
dating-
predicated off of something that ASAP said recently about him?
No. Oh, so no. What I'm saying is that there was a song that came out on Friday with ASAP Rocky on it on Future,
Okay.
and he goes on to say how basically he bitter over women. Drake bitter over women. He don't say Drake name, but dude's bitter over women, and basically said I smashed his baby mother before he had the baby.
Now that's the one.
And this is all after the Rihanna song.
Yeah.
So basically, he picked the
This
fight
is-
with ASAP.
Correct. And now
And
he's saying
A$AP
something back. And so this goes back to my thing where I think a lot of people just don't like Drake because he do some little something and rub somebody the wrong way. Yeah. And now they all collectively say he did something to you too.
So now he played the victim. So he does that, then goes out and be like, "Oh, they coming after me."
We'll see. I don't know what started the Future Drake stuff.
Nigga got y'all money. I don't want it. I don't want to hear.
I don't know
Nigga
what
got y'all money.
I don't know what
I
happened
don't
with
buy
the
none of-
Future
none of these niggas stuff.
Future Drake stuff.
He got he got
None
huh?
of their stuff.
What started the Future Drake?
Well, people
I don't
saying
even
it's
listen to none
over.
of these
This is the
People are
Illuminati
saying-
and Drake.
People are saying it's over. Some girl that Metro Boomin was with.
But what that got to do with Future?
Also, Future was with her, but then Drake was with her. So I don't get it.
Okay.
They said the real reason is Drake did that. Her loss with 21 instead of doing What a Time to Be Alive 2.
Oh god.
And that's what they say.
Maybe
Future
that
wanted
was
to-
next.
I don't know.
Maybe that was next.
I don't
on his
know.
agenda.
I'm like, dog, he can still make the album with
right?
you, bro.
Because
I
maybe he's
don't
like,
know.
maybe he's
I
like,
don't
yo.
know.
But they said that's the real issue. Future.
Hopefully we'll find out in some of this
he
the
got-
real
he got-
reasons.
He got commitments.
But Drake did say in his rebuttal that stuff has been brewing for a while. This ain't new stuff.
Oh, he
This is
said-
stuff
yeah, he
that's
said
been
this song-
brewing
he
that's
said
been
this
for a
song-
while.
Stuff
said-
we ain't privy to.
You're right.
He says it. He said this song didn't start his shit with him and Kendrick. He said
been stuff that's been brewing for a
He
while.
said that been brewing on the pot for years, and that's everybody knew that though. That's been brewing since the Control. How long ago was the Control verse?
So why not handle it then?
They've been throwing shots ever since. It's like what fucking boxing. How long was it before we got Pacquiao Mayweather? I said
I just think about like things like Cannabis and LL. You know, this is on par the same thing. We knew it wasn't going nowhere past music. It's like that one. Who else? I think of.
I would agree with that.
It's
gonna stay music
to me. That's the
until
one that
somebody
comes to
says,
mind.
"All right, I'm done."
That's one that comes to mind to me is that LL was gonna make songs about cannabis, but he ain't gonna do nothing to ruin what he got going on.
Yeah.
And Cannabis is on a come up, and he gotta attack the biggest dog that there is. And his song was better. It's just LL got more fans. It's the same predicament.
Yeah. So
Unless
we'll
they-
see where it
unless-
goes.
unless
I'm interested.
They did two Titans. They did two Titans right now because the third Titan went home.
Is he?
So-
But are they really Titans though?
Right now,
now
it
they're
has
the
to
two
be.
Titans.
And
There's
what
no-
form? And what form?
Of
It-
what-
so
that's right.
again, his criteria.
'cause
His
me-
criteria.
'cause me-
Everybody criteria.
But for me, and this is I
but
don't.
that's the criteria that we are judging about.
yeah,
What
right
you
now, what's out right now.
described.
I'm not a fan of Drake, but I will say he's above everyone else.
In terms-
it's him, and then you cut
Whoever.
the line.
But look, you're saying that in terms, and somebody made this point that Drake wins in certain avenues where it's, if you look at it from like a high school's perspective, he's the cool kid. He has all the stuff.
Not college. You said high school.
Right, but it look, he's gonna say, "Look at me! I got all the girls, I got all the money, I got all the sales." But it comes a point also in this equation is, Jay-Z outsold Nas and careered Nas,
It's something he can't talk about.
but Nas
Punch him in the mouth.
still has a mean cross that Jay-Z can't counter. And so that's the thing, right? And so that is where this conversation is gonna come now. Does Kendrick have a hook? And I mean, figuratively and literally, does he have a hook that can knock Drake out, regardless of what Drake is gonna have up here? That's gonna give him
He's already been
the
knocked.
favorite. And that's where we saying,
He's been knocked out already.
does he have a
He's
big
on
chin?
the comeback. He's on the comeback.
Or
He don't have a glass jaw.
he's not a glass jaw. He's
doesn't have- he
like
does not have
Foreman.
a glass
Foreman. He
jaw.
could jump Foreman and punch hard.
He is tough.
But
as
if
nails.
you outlast George Foreman punches, you might get him get a
Don't-
good knockout, right?
Don't go into a gunfight with or a knife fight with this man. He bringing guns.
Right.
He does that. I will give him that.
And so I think that's
But
what
at the
people
same
want to see.
time, if-
That's what people want to see is will Kendrick have enough?
will he ether him?
Correct.
Okay.
And I think that's the allure of this competition right now.
Because he's been ethered once.
And so a question was, if Kendrick does have that, how far is Drake's ability in being that type of rapper? Because Drake's rap, to me, I don't want to say his ability, but his rap career has been more about songs for the radio, right? And
Now you got a
he's
guy
also
that's really
showing
going at him.
he's also showing
If somebody go at him, he's gonna punch back.
that he'll punch back, and he's done it on multiple occasions. It's just this he had the one stain against Pusha T, but other than that, he's been willing to show
Yeah, here we
Battle
go.
tested. He's
that
battle
he'll fight back.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to find out right now.
So okay, now that you put it in that kind of perspective, it gives me an inch of respect for him a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm not taking away nothing
because
from nobody.
Because like, I appreciate someone that will fight back,
Right.
but I don't respect the fact that you want to pick fights. Like if you're always on the defense, that's different. But if regardless whether what's brewing and who's saying what behind your back or whatever, if it ain't direct and you ain't being direct, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, okay, you stay over there. Don't even worry about what ASAP and Rihanna are doing. What you worry about that for?
And that's what was,
you need to concentrate on why your man left you on this sinking ship.
and that's why I'm
That's
not
what you
hating
need
on
to
what
do.
ASAP Rocky said. He don't gotta say nothing else. He got his word off.
Yeah,
and
you're done.
We leave it at that.
You're done. Don't even.
And I like ASAP. I'm a big ASAP fan.
Stay out of
I'm
it.
okay with
But
him
this-
saying something back for his wife.
This out of your pay grade, but you got to do it. I respect it.
Yeah, you had to do it.
Speak up for your woman. I'm
Yeah,
mad
she's
at
gonna
that.
look at you weird.
I mean, because it wasn't like when ASAP did. I knew I was like ASAP. They got that whole Rihanna. I get that, My thing when I look at people like Ross, that starts being my issue.
Again,
Now,
I don't
Ross
know what
is
happened.
clout.
With,
Now,
I don't know
Ross-
what happened with
Now
him.
Ross is clout chasing on this.
Maybe,
Ross-
maybe not. I don't know what.
He's
what it
clearly
is.
in it.
He gave you all your number ones. Though.
And
And maybe they all on the phone laughing at this.
Possibly.
Maybe they all on the phone. Maybe they got a Zoom call.
He said.
And they talking about
sorry. And his shit may be lying because he said about some surgery shit, but he said he walking around with doctors with no drawers on. That shit had me dying.
What if they all on this Zoom call together, right? And Drake, not Drake, but J. Cole is trying to talk, and everybody just talking over him.
Yeah, he's like,
You're like, guys, I want to say something.
You still on the call?
guys,
I thought we kicked you.
it's like,
you
thought
still
left
here?
the chat.
Turn your camera off. Okay.
They kicked Drake out the group. They took him out the group chat.
But J. Cole,
We're not on mute anymore, guys. He hears us.
J. Cole already said who he was years ago when Beanie Siegel and Jay-Z were beefing, and they asked him was he going to help Hove out because he had jumped in there with 50 and got it. And he was like, no. He said, I know how. He said, those dudes are real niggas. I don't mess with real niggas. He told me back then. So when this happened, this is going on right now, I ain't paying no money. That's why I ain't bothering
He's
to listen.
self-aware. He's self-aware.
That's why I didn't bother to
hate
listen. I said, this is the
I ain't
same
gonna
guy
hate
from 2016 or 2014, whenever that beef was going on. I said, he told me who he was years ago. I don't need to listen to that music.
He said, I know what I'm built like.
Like, I don't
All
need to
right.
hear that.
We can get off of that. We're at hour 25. Let's end this with
But I'm
wrestling.
gonna say I'm enjoying all this. I like music.
I hope we
respect
get
for
some
you,
good
Drake.
some good diss songs.
Yeah.
And in retrospect,
I hope it
after-
stays on the bar. I hope it stays on the microphone.
and when it's all said and done,
Drake
we
ain't
can
gonna ruin no money. That's number one. He ain't gonna ruin his money.
we can
I'm just
look
saying
back
that
at
as
this
a
and really dissect and say, well, damn, we did get some good, diss records, and
I
we
think we're gonna
can look back. We can look back at Jay-Z and Nas. We can look back and see. I don't like putting Tupac and Biggie's in it. That is a real personal stuff that bled into music. It was stuff that shouldn't have been done, but for whatever external factors made it a music thing. And Biggie never officially gave shots at Tupac in a song that you could say.
That he dropped.
Somebody can bang with us. Straight up, we know
Yeah,
with
but
us.
that he also said that's just a song that I wrote. He ain't say this was for. He said what's the one?
Who shot you?
So,
Who shot you?
Well, they said
he
who
shot
shot
you,
you.
but he
Wasn't
said
that
he
for,
made it.
well, that
made
was a
it
different
before that
song.
whole
Because what's name was supposed to have been on that song, but didn't make it to their studio. Or what's name was like, oh, we don't want Wu-Tang rocking with
Method.
Meth was supposed to have been on that. So then that's when they did the what instead, because he was like, I didn't get to hop on that one.
You
And
can't.
then-
I
He's
don't.
been mad at Method Man.
And then
too.
Big was beefing with Raekwon and Ghost.
But then with them, their beef was over, the King of New York stuff. It wasn't even over who said something in the song. It was like Big was like, I'm the King of New York, and they was like, no, we've been running this for the past 3 years. You just now getting here. And then Big started we did parties and bullshit and started throwing shots at them. Then and they was like, oh, we don't do that around here. We come to your concert and see you about that. And they eventually squashed it because RZA produced Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah.
So
I love that beat.
Yeah.
hard.
Love that beat.
All right, so let's get into wrestling. I got some notes on the TV that I want everybody to see before we get started, just to
He got
recap.
like the monitor.
Just recap and keep the notes to yourself. But just to recap,
Oh, you said it, didn't I?
no,
Oh, I thought I said it already.
I'm sorry.
we all remember everything that happened from WrestleMania. So I just wanna make sure-
I could have sworn we already talked about WrestleMania.
No, we didn't.
We were here last week. We were at WrestleMania watching.
We were actually together talking about WrestleMania.
Yeah. You're fucking crazy. I'm like,
And at first I couldn't see because the camera was.
I moved it for you.
oh man.
So
Wow.
I'm gonna give it a move here.
One more time.
I already took it down. Sorry.
I don't want to spoil nothing.
Yeah, go ahead.
But we're gonna talk about WrestleMania. Okay. WrestleMania happened last weekend.
What was your favorite night?
I'm gonna go with ooh, that's tough.
Did you read it?
Yeah. He saw
Yeah. That's why I'm not going to bring up. No.
I think I like. That's tough. I think I like night one overall better.
I think I might be with you a little bit.
Yeah, as a total, I would probably say night one.
Yeah.
But night two had
Moments.
probably, if you had to rank matches, night two probably leads in like the one or two best matches.
Styles and
I think it was shorter.
It was a match
shorter.
shorter.
Yeah.
It was a match shorter than the other night.
they were built. They obviously the bulk of the time with the Cody and
Yeah.
Rowan.
What was that, 45 minutes?
Yeah, it was
It was on. I think it was the longest
Mania
main
match
event.
that they've had
match.
outside of.
They never had an Iron Man match for Mania.
Well, that was the longest one. Well,
Main event.
That
yeah,
non-stipulation thing, majigger?
no,
they
this
have a
was
stip,
the
though.
third one. The first one was Michaels. The second one was Rock and Austin at 17. This is the third one, I think.
That one an hour too?
Yeah, I think so because they went at it. Well, in 17, they went at about half hour, 45 minutes.
It's a long time to be picking each other up and
Yeah.
slamming yourself.
But before we get to the Cody and Roman stuff, let's talk about some of the other matches. So let's just go in chronological from night one. Any memorable moments from night one for you guys?
Rhea Ripley coming out that ramp.
The Rhea Ripley match I enjoyed.
R-Truth getting a hot tag. When he is knocked out the ring and he got up on the apron, had the tag line, was trying to get Miz to tag him in.
Oh yeah. That was
hilarious.
That was good.
That set me off. That's my night one highlight, other than The Rock falling.
Oh yeah. That was real awkward. And I kept replaying it to see what happened. His shoe,
he
like
lost
his
his leg.
boot, because he got them high cut boots. It like he put his foot down, planted his foot down on the side of the shoe. And once you did that, the whole momentum.
You know what?
Where'd he fall at? I must have missed
It's a real quick spot, but he catches himself on the turnbuckle.
Punch Seth Rollins between the legs.
And he lost his legs.
Yeah, and he caught himself on the turnbuckle.
I didn't catch
Them
that.
hamstrings stop hammering. They defeated
But you
them.
know what? On some real shit, he really looked good in that
I feel like he's looking at me now. Was we talking about?
Oh, Rock.
He looking who?
Yeah,
said, "Don't y'all roast
and
my
so,
back."
And so don't forget that The Rock is in his 50s.
no,
He's not 40s.
Hey, to be able to do it,
And I think he's older than Hogan was when Hogan came back to fight The Rock.
And you know what? He didn't look winded and out. I mean, I know we was talking about the other matches,
And
but
he's
he
been.
didn't look like.
This is the biggest I've seen him too. If
He
you
looked-
go look back at
he looks lean.
his 20 was that the mid 2010s one he had. Was that against Cena?
oh yeah,
He is bigger than that.
you think so?
He was.
like he was blown up
I think
for
he
that
was.
one.
I think he was a little.
He
lean
was
in
in,
this one.
he was cut in that one, but this bulk size is to me. I bet you he weighs more in the he did.
Now.
They said
than
he
he
was
did in that.
265. I'm like,
Yeah, maybe a little.
He looked lean. But that's just me.
But he's still like we keep jumping the match, but I still think that he was for his age and what they needed him to do. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get to that real quick. Anything before we get to the main event of night one else?
cat or fox.
It's something outside. Yeah.
It's a cat or a fox.
Yeah.
I think I want to say it's a fox. So.
Yeah, it might be a fox.
Yeah, first I heard it. I'm glad Brian confirmed that. 'cause I
Right.
thought I was hearing.
And I got my back.
Yeah.
Everything.
I was about to turn into John Morant.
Everybody get down.
Sorry. First night.
Live
What
TV.
else? What else happened first night?
What's the name?
Sammy and Gunther, right?
Yeah,
Sammy Gunther.
Yeah.
Good as much. And I did not think Gunther was going to lose it. I thought Gunther was going to lose it to one of them NXT boys when they came up. But ooh,
You knew when I knew he was going to win it. When what's the name? Because I kept thinking that Baby Angle was going to turn on him. What's my
Chad
name?
Gable.
Yeah, I kept thinking Chad Gable was going to turn on him. But once Chad Gable was like, "Oh, you got to go out there by yourself," I said, "Damn, he ain't even going to be ringside." I said, he ain't going to be out there to turn on him. And then once he was getting ready to go in the gorilla and Kevin Owens was standing there and they hugged and he was like, Psh. I said, yo, he about to win it tonight. You can just tell.
Yeah.
I said, look, I got goosebumps just thinking about it.
Then the move that he broke out that he hasn't even done in WWE.
Oh, yeah.
He's been there.
that
brain
buckle-
bust.
The
that-
brain
buckle
buster.
brain buster.
Yeah. I seen that. I was like, oh. oh my god.
Yeah.
It was over.
I thought somebody like fucked up, but
apparently, yeah.
I remember he
Done
did
it
that
before.
to Kevin Owens on
Yeah.
a ladder
Yeah.
in the turnbuckle. I was like, oh,
And that was
God.
when Kevin Owens was bigger than he is now.
And they were friends. They were tag champions fighting 1-on-1.
Because Cornette was talking about how you wouldn't tell it by his physique, but he's like, he's strong.
Mm-hmm.
So
core muscles, man.
Yeah.
Core muscles.
So let's get to that main event, night one. We got the tag match, Cody Rock.
It was
Sorry. Ooh. Roman Rock and Cody and Seth.
That was a real good match, man.
Good match.
Yeah. Entertaining.
Definitely entertaining.
Once it got going.
I
It started off slow, but
Yeah,
then they
and
started picking up.
I got
I
one issue with the
speculated
match.
Bloodline wins because that's how we make the night two more compelling. Right? But yeah, we already talked about it. Rock does look good. I expect him to come back in the near future to be in ring again.
Can we talk about his entrance? Dang.
We can talk, and you know what? I like his normal entrance now. His I don't want to say normal, but his hill entrance that they show on TV,
Final
where he's like
boss.
coming out of the smoke and the lightning. Tough.
Final
Boss.
Yes, one of them.
That shit is one of the best entrances I can
I
think
think
of.
the best
right
thing he did was turn heel, man. 'Cause-
And I can't even tell if he's a heel right now.
And,
I just kind of feel like he's defending his.
and you see that? I forgot where Triple H was on. He was on some show and he was talking. He said that after they did the thing on SmackDown that Friday when Cody hugged him and gave him his shot, they said that when the reaction and stuff was going on, they said The Rock went home and was like, "Nope, we're not gonna fix that right now."
Yep.
He said he was on his plane.
And he called him.
The night wasn't even over.
Oh, shit.
And he called him and said, "We need to pivot right now."
Yeah.
He said they don't want
Rock
me.
called and said, "Let's do it this way." Then he said, "How can we still make it compelling but give the people what we want? We're in a new direction where not Vince McMahon, right? Basically, and for him to be able
to put an ego aside,
and is giving me more about Rock right now. And Rock's already been in my top 4.
he didn't have to do that.
Your Mount Rushmore.
He's in my Mount Rushmore for sure. And honestly, he's the only black person in my Mount Rushmore, which is even more reason why I have to keep him in my Mount Rushmore. But he moved up.
I had to laugh. I'm sorry.
What?
Because you said you made it about race.
I mean, sorry, it kind of me growing up, right? And watching wrestling, it wasn't until I got to see certain people where I started imagining wrestling different. Earlier on in my life, when it was Doink the Clown, that fucking WWF, what was it, Super, whatever that game was.
All we used to have was
It was
Junkyard
no black
Dog
body, isn't it? It was
and
it
Coco
was,
Beware.
it was Doink on that game. It was It was Shawn Michaels on the game. It was Undertaker on the game. It was
I know what you're talking about now.
nobody black.
Did one have Ahmed Johnson?
Yeah.
It did.
The one you're talking about.
One had
It
Ahmed
did.
Johnson.
I didn't pick him. I can tell you that much.
Now, see, that's what they tell us about you.
But when we start
Mr. Black
getting
Rushmore.
Nation of Domination, he's the only black person on my Rushmore. But when we started getting Nation of Domination, when we started getting, I started seeing WCW and D'Lo Brown and certain people that I'm like, oh shit, it's black people doing it, and that's when I started fucking kids up that I grew up with. We had to start hitting them with the rock bottle. I walked.
You hurting people out in public.
We used to think we was real wrestlers. But yeah, it does
But
something to see colored people, right? In any media, in anything that we watch movies all the time. We watch these superhero movies, and growing up, it is different for me now, which is part of the reason why I had to go and say Spider-Man was the best movie last year, is because I wish the younger version of me saw Miles Morales when I was younger. If I saw him when I was younger and heard his message and his story that he delivers in these movies, I think honestly I probably wouldn't have been a little different myself growing up. And certain things and chances that you can take in like I didn't think I'd be able to be an actor in a movie that could do a superhero movie because I didn't think there was no black superheroes too other than Steel. I'm not big as fuck. I can't be Steel. So what the fuck I'm supposed to do?
Could have been if you wanted to.
I'd have had him as somebody's sidekick. They wasn't making movies about Falcon. Who gave a fuck about Falcon back in 1990s through
I still don't.
2010?
I still don't give a fuck about
Nobody
that.
care about Falcon.
You're right though. I mean, yeah,
But it was
Either Spawn or Still were your two options.
yeah, you're right. Meteor Man.
Yeah, you had to create something, right?
Yeah, I mean, but back to what you were saying, that takes the credit for him to basically say that the audience ain't feeling this. We gotta straighten this shit out like now.
But what I do think that changed is that it was supposed to be Roman versus Rock this year. I think Roman was supposed to break Hogan's record. I think he was supposed to break Hogan's record. And they had to go to and this speaks to everybody there now. They went to Roman and said, Roman, this is where we're going. And for him to be okay with it, to everybody, for me to think even Cody was okay with delaying that story for another year tells me about Cody.
Yep.
So everybody there is on board about putting out a good product and making sure we deliver.
But I think
No one's
happened.
out for self anymore.
I think also the fact that Punk got injured kind of
That
really railroaded everything.
that changed. Yeah, that was the beginning domino. Yes.
Because they needed quality backup for Cody
Yes.
Rhodes, and
Yes.
if you look up and down that roster, unless you say, hey, how much would it cost for me to bring his brother here, just for this night? His brother would have made a way more compelling story.
Yeah.
But you have
We'll
to
get
you
to-
have to give him the best that you got, and that's
Yeah.
Seth Rollins. You had to give him. You don't, like you said, you don't have CM Punk. You already got Drew McIntyre doing Drew McIntyre.
And remember, Drew McIntyre contract was coming up around that same time, and I think he talked to Punk getting hurt, and his social media presence made sure he stayed in WWE.
Yep, his check is going to be that big.
Yeah. All right, let's get to night 2. Damian Priest coming in.
That was
That was the first match.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins
versus
Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre wins. McIntyre wins clean. Clean match.
As he should have.
Has that belt for all of probably like 5 minutes. Starts talking shit to CM Punk. CM Punk's hit him.
Remember, he presented it to his wife.
Yeah. And then Damian Priest come in. And I've been looking like, what the fuck is he doing with that? He been walking around with that Money in the
Didn't
Bank.
you say something about it last time we were here?
I did at some point.
Senior Money in the Bank.
But it makes sense. Do it on the biggest stage. And I was honestly shocked. I forgot he had it until that music dropped. And I was like, oh shit, they about to do it again. And CM Punk did that same shit to
Edge.
and it's funny that CM Punk was involved in it. CM Punk did the same thing to Jeff Hardy.
He did the Jeff Hardy and he did the Edge.
He did that
Who
too.
did Jeff Hardy beat?
Jeff Hardy beat. Did he beat
He
Batista?
beat.
Who did he beat?
Or did he
No,
beat?
beat Edge, and then he beat Edge, and
He
then
beat Edge. And
beat
he
Edge.
only had it for like that night. He only had it for a few seconds.
Yeah, I remember
He was
that.
up there like this, and then
Yeah.
CM Punk came out.
I remember
That was the second time he did it. The first time he did it was
on
Edge.
Edge.
Batista beat up. Wasn't it?
So it was
Batista beat up
Batista
Edge.
Edge.
He
Okay,
came out cashed in.
okay.
That was the second time. And just side note, not connected but connected. That pay-per-view where he did it to because that was I think Night of
Hardy?
Champions to Hardy. That was actually Umaga's last match. CM Punk was the last person to wrestle Umaga.
Oh yeah,
And that
yeah.
was
The
a strap match
yeah.
that Punk won the strap match earlier in the night against Umaga. And that was actually Umaga's last match.
Well,
with Punk.
IP.
And then and then the end of that pay-per-view was him cashing in
Yep.
on Matt Hardy, which I enjoyed. That was a great feud, by the way. One of my favorites.
Are we gonna get to the
So-
Jack Perry thing?
We'll talk about it after we get to through WrestleMania. I'm trying to remember what happened after that. But night 2, anything stood out night 2 outside of the main event?
No, that really was.
It got kind of dry.
Styles
night 2.
and Knight beating each other up.
That was good.
Well, I felt like Bailey and
Bailey.
started slow.
Yeah, but
that
got
ramped
good.
up.
That got good. That got
I'm
good.
just hoping that Bailey's not really injured or she was selling.
No, I
good
don't
as
think
hell.
she. I think she was selling. She was selling because I thought she got injured too. That knee.
Yeah,
She
I was scared.
She did it the whole time.
Not again. I don't want to be
She did it the whole time.
On a year because
But then even going back to the first match, I like what they did with that because what I was worried about was Drew McIntyre is going to win the belt, but you already know that his feud is coming with Punk. But I felt like you're going to have Drew McIntyre versus Punk. Punk's first feud back, you have to know that Punk's probably going to go over. But I feel like they didn't want to hot potato that title. So you didn't want to, Drew McIntyre just wins it, and then he turns around and loses it in his first feud.
CM Punk.
Because I feel like
It all makes sense.
I feel like Damian Priest is going to hold it.
He's going to hold it for a little bit.
Yeah,
He's out of the way. The title.
The problem.
out of the
Title
feud,
problem.
yeah.
He's gonna hold it.
Which I feel like their feud doesn't need that title.
No.
Like Punk's just coming back.
They just need the ring.
Yes, the ring and the microphone. Ring and microphone.
And if they have a match and this is good, but then McIntyre loses his mind, attacks him with something he ain't supposed to, and to get disqualified, that means you done gave me a whole nother month that I can wait to fight again.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's how it's
They
going to
definitely
go.
got that problem, the title problem.
Well, no, the
Out-
title's
title's
not-
out of it now.
Yeah, that thing is like he got the Hero Man damn title. Go on over there. Go over there and watch something else.
All right. So y'all ready to go to the main event? Night 2, Cody Roman for the Universal, whatever they're calling it now. I'm gonna just call it the Universal Championship.
WWE Undisputed Universal Championship.
The Partridge and Pear Tree.
Good match. It
It won a minute, man.
it was yeah.
It
Yeah.
was a long match.
My only question is, and I know they were trying to get Stone Cold, but god damn it, why did Undertaker get involved? Like,
Well,
Only
To
issue
me,
I got with
Austin-
that
and
match.
look,
Austin's ego really-
See that choke slam?
And part of the other issue I have with this rivalry or that matchup is that
I was,
god damn, why did it have to be whites versus colors? Why did it have to? And you got the Undertaker that came out in the
And
same.
he didn't
He had
even-
nothing to do with
And he
it.
didn't even come out in his Undertaker gear. He came
He
out
came out in the racist Undertaker gear.
He came out in the Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah, he didn't come out. He didn't come.
He came out in the stuff that he wore to the arena.
After he got out the meeting. And you know what meeting that was.
And nothing to do with the feud. Nothing to do with the feud.
I can't stand that motherfucker.
And god damn it, it's just
Mark,
like I was
Go home, Mark.
and I like the Undertaker. It's just he had nothing to do with the feud.
I don't.
I do like the Undertaker.
I don't.
He's not in my Mount Rushmore, but he's in my top 10. He's you have to talk about him when you talk about wrestling in the WWE in particular.
Oh yeah, they'd be like, "Who'd you hate the most?" Yeah.
Undertaker was my guy, man.
I was
Yeah,
god
I'm with
damn
you.
it. I was like, just find somebody of color. Somebody. Just pay Cody brother. Just do something and let's just get this over with. If we're gonna do this, let's get but god damn it, Undertaker. And then you come out with the like you said, the Blue Lives Matter fit, and it was just
Did you see that choke slam?
rock big.
Look, he shouldn't have been in the match then if he couldn't get him up.
I think the shenanigans could have stopped with Cena.
Yeah, it could have.
See,
He was the last one that was involved with it all.
yeah,
'Cause like
I would have been okay with LA Knight. Was LA Knight in the? Yeah, he was in that fight. I'd have been okay with any of them. RKO, any of them who fought. All of them came out at the end.
Yeah.
Any of y'all like any one of y'all could have came in and helped even the odds. I'd have been okay.
Now,
with
you know who probably would have got a bigger eruption than the Undertaker?
Sammy.
Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn probably
would've
would
been
have.
good.
The crowd
That
would
would've
have
been
roared.
That would have been good.
That would have
They
been
fucked
perfect
up.
because
They
really,
fucked up. That would have
He
been
was
it.
involved with the
That would have been
storyline.
it. That's the
think-
one.
And I also think they went for the nostalgia act of it too, just because of.
I already knew once Undertaker. Once
And
they
it
hit
was
that
The
toll,
Rock, too.
I yelled. I was like, "Yep, Cody winning tonight."
Sometimes when you can't get who you want to get, it's best to just leave it be.
But no, Sammy made the most sense. Sammy made the most sense. It would have been the best story, compelling part, and crowd pop.
It could have been.
It should have been Sammy.
On Mama Rhodes too.
Yeah, Mama Road. Yeah.
It should have been Sammy.
Yo, I
Because
thought
and I don't want to say I feel bad for Sammy because he just got the intercom, but he to me gave legitimacy to challenging Roman a thing. He made it a thing. Like to me, if we didn't have that Sami Zayn going against Roman fight, would we care? Like Cody kind of came in and took Sami Zayn's thunder.
And he even said that in his promo.
He took his thunder.
He said that a lot of people think that it should have been Sammy and not me.
Yeah.
He said that.
And you know what was crazy? I'm just thinking about if Dustin was there, does he come out as Gold Dust?
Yeah.
Does he come out as Gold Dust?
Yeah, because his Dustin Rhodes character is AEW. He would have to
I
become
mean,
a
it's
Gold
his
Dust.
name.
Yeah, he would have to become his Gold Dust.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, because didn't he have
Cover
a
your
feud-
face up.
Didn't he have a feud with Rock?
Mm-hmm.
And then he had
Well,
like,
we had those backstage shenanigans with him and Booker T.
yeah.
But it's still family versus family.
That's
type
when they
of
start
thing.
having him have the Tourette's.
Yo, but I really thought The Rock was like going to smack Mama Rose with that belt when he was in the corner.
That would
I knew he wasn't gonna smack Mama Rose.
I mean, the way how he been coming out of that ring cussing and everything.
So here we are. Let me see.
would've hit Robert
For the-
with that
here we are. Where Cody's the new champion. Roman loses. Okay, and let me just do one real quick.
I got one.
For Roman Reigns for 1,316 days,
I throw it up for him. I give him that one.
Yeah.
two belts him,
Yep.
3 belts at one point when
three
they gave him
belts
the
at
new
one
Yeah,
one.
3 belts.
When they gave him that new one,
Okay, yeah.
He
Yeah.
held it down though, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you really
I'm not
look
even
at
a
it.
Roman fan, and I was.
and I
was
did not
big-
like
love the
Roman
work.
either.
I love
I
the
was
work.
a fan.
I
This
love
made
the
me
work.
more
And
of a fan.
this within these last 6 months,
I love
He
the
been
work.
I've been
going-
rooting for him. Ever since he beat Cody last year, I've been rooting for him. I did not want him. I thought Cody should have won last year,
Yeah.
but now that we're this close,
He-
don't have him lose. And the next WrestleMania, it was so predictable to me, and that's why I hated it. I'm like, I was okay with The Rock coming in and letting Rock go against him at WrestleMania. That's still a salvageable WrestleMania to me, but because we had to have that storyline, and we are going to get that story. I bet you probably next WrestleMania is going to be Rock versus Roman. But God damn it, we were so close to getting Hogan, and I was in it. All the people he beat, I'm like, damn it.
Me personally, I think they let him earn it now, because the first one felt more predictable than this one. I think he had to.
I thought he was gonna win.
He had ever since that when he was sitting in that ring up
thought he was
until
gonna
when
win
he
that
was
first
holding
match.
that title up.
This one felt predictable
He earned it.
because you know why this was predictable? Because they gave him the same stupid stipulation they gave him in AEW, and if they did it the way AEW did it, he'd have been a mid-carder for the rest of his career. They said if you lose this match, you can't challenge for it again.
And they also probably said this dude has sold over $1 million worth of merchandise
For sure.
before we close the doors tonight.
For sure.
So
For
I
sure.
think that also and
For
and-
sure, he
and
is
also-
the face.
And
For
also
sure,
Roman Reigns probably
he
said,
is the
"Can I
baby
go
face of that company. Cody is the baby face of WWE. For sure.
Everybody's actually liking right
For
now.
sure. But at the same token, there's a lot of Roman fans,
Yeah.
and there is a lot, I would say, of argument to be said. Hey, maybe you just let Roman get these next couple months. What's the harm in it?
Off or
No, to
Oh,
get
as a
that, to
champ?
get that.
well, what you just said. Cody loses them. What do you do with it?
That's why that whole avalanche of things happening and starting with CM Punk getting hurt
It's for both of them. Like, what do you do with either
change
one
this
of them?
change this equation, right? And so I agree that this was the best path now. Ever since since CM Punk getting hurt and they had to pivot, this was the best outcome. I just hate that it happened because I do think Roman should have been the champion until next WrestleMania.
Well, maybe he wanted the time off
It's possible. I think going into this year, he was ready to be there until next year.
because I know he made that joke about not leaving to go to Hollywood, but Hollywood's asking for him.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that that's why he
don't
was like,
know.
I'm done at this Mania. But I personally just think that he's like, look, I've had this almost 4 years now. I've made my money. It's not about records for me. Let me go home and take
I
a
think
break.
It is a little bit.
I
It's
think
not
he-
like he out there week in, week out. He's not in there week in, week out.
But it's
Well,
still
he can be because of his.
He still had those obligations. He has to be there for
Yeah.
all the big stuff, and he's
Yeah.
probably like, look, I want a consistent month off, or I want a consistent 6 months.
And I'm
off.
sure they'll give him that now.
So
but
he probably
he's
wanted
gonna
that.
come back
earned,
soon.
He earned
Even
the
if-
time off,
The time, yeah, I'm not taking that away from him at all.
Definitely just
I'm
needs his time off.
definitely not taking that away from him.
and I don't know who he wrestles after this because
It's going to be The Rock.
but Rock ain't gonna be there.
He will.
He's not gonna be there.
It'll be Seth.
May through whenever.
It'll be Seth.
So who does he wrestle if he beats Cody Rhodes?
I think they're his placeholder.
He has to come back right now to and we could talk about it if you want.
I feel like it
to,
might be Seth.
no, he has to figure out what the bloodline is now.
I mean, yeah.
And so it's going to be internal fight. It's going to be bloodline civil war.
He's got
So
a,
he
he's got a
wins.
real interesting arc.
But if he
right now.
wins,
Yeah,
though, if
it's
he
gonna be
wins,
bloodline
if he
civil
wins that
war.
Mania, who does he fight next?
The Rock Mania?
No, Roman.
I'm-
If Roman wins in April, who does he fight in May?
I'm
Are
guessing.
you talking about next year?
No,
Are you
This
talking
past
about-
rate?
I just
next month.
I just said it. Say.
I'm sorry. Ask the question.
I said if the outcome's different.
Oh, if he
Cody
won, if he
loses-
won
if
at
Cody
this
Rhodes
past
loses,
WrestleMania,
who does he wrestle in?
So again, if things went original,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that there was a stipulation that he couldn't challenge again changes the equation. So if there was not this setup and it was Rock versus Roman this year, Roman wins, Rock falls in place, follows him, we get the same storyline at next WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes.
So you mean Roman Reigns is a champion for a whole nother year?
Yes.
And he doesn't defend the title May,
He'll
June,
be-
July. He fights somebody in August. He beats that person.
Yes.
Breaks Hogan's record.
Yes.
He doesn't fight anybody.
Sure.
September, October. Then he wrestles
Sure.
at Survivor
We'll
Series.
be getting
He doesn't wrestle in December. He wrestles in January at the Royal Rumble. He doesn't wrestle in February or March, and then he wrestles in April again.
he'll probably
I don't-
within that year probably have 4 or 5 matches.
I don't think you get the same response.
LA Knight, who's getting the match now, right?
But everyone's going to know that they're going to lose.
Correct.
So
And
why would you
LA
wanna watch
Knight's
it?
going to lose against Cody Rhodes too?
Well, why would you want to watch it?
You think LA Knight beating Cody Rhodes?
No.
No one's beating Cody
Exactly.
Rhodes right now.
So why would you watch it?
He's
Why would you watch it?
He's not. Well, that. No. I'm not talking about Cody Rhodes. I'm talking about Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Like
You know they're going to lose.
yeah.
Yes.
So and yeah, I do know that everyone's going to lose to Cody Rhodes, but we're
But-
going to get different matches with Cody Rhodes.
Sure.
You like never seeing him in LA.
We
Knight.
never saw
Well,
Roman in
they
LA
wrestled-
Knight.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
They fought in Saudi Arabia.
Did they?
Yeah.
Huh?
Who, LA
Did
Knight?
they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Mm-hmm.
He
fought
did?
at- yeah, they fought that.
See, I didn't watch that one. It was the one early in the day.
Yeah. He fought in Saudi
Oh, he
Arabia.
did?
Yeah, they
That-
fought a
All
crown
right.
jewel.
So
He-
then
he
it
lost,
changed my
got buried,
argument.
it's
That,
done.
that changed my argument.
And so it's like Cody Rhodes has match. He never wrestled AJ Styles.
Yes, yes.
He hasn't wrestled. Who else has he wrestled?
It's going to be some
I
good
don't even
stuff.
know who's on this.
And,
this show
and
right
there are good matches that we are going to look forward to. He's going to get LA Knight. He's going to get AJ Styles. Shit, I'll probably even say we'll at some point probably see Randy Orton.
Kevin Owens.
We'll see Kevin
Oh, you got to
Owens.
get Randy Orton.
He's never wrestled Kevin Owens.
Who else is in the
He was
Raw
kind of
card?
precursor in that one too.
Never wrestled Sami Zayn.
So yeah, they're
So did you see the the real?
Yes. I'm not taking away. This was the best outcome
Yeah.
with what happened, in my opinion. This was the best
I just
outcome.
I don't. But if Roman wins, I don't see. The only person I could have seen him wrestling if he won that would be even intriguing is he starts having to deal with the Firehouse Funhouse, but Bray Wyatt ain't here.
Yeah.
That would to me
That
that
would've been cool.
that
Yeah,
is
and
the
see, and we don't know what that
only-
equation will look like either,
Yeah.
right?
That is
So,
to me. If he was alive, that's the only way you can go.
Yeah,
That would have been so cool.
yeah.
But
Now, that's months of TV I'd watch.
Yeah.
did anybody see the precursor of what's going to be down the pipe? Punk and Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the other day when he
Yeah, he
took
knocked
the
the
belt
shirt
and they
over.
knocked Punk's shirts off the table?
I didn't see that.
That's
Yeah, he was
yeah.
backstage. He was like, "Oh, catch me on these new angles." I like how they're acknowledging their new angles and the new, so you know how they come through, follow you and all that. He's like, "Oh, follow me, get this new angle, follow me." So he goes to the table, and you know how they got the title belts from baseball now too. So I guess they were in Detroit because the Detroit Tigers belt there. He's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "I like Tigers." He put it on his shoulder. Next to the belt was CM Punk, the white shirts, sitting there,
And he
then
knocked it over.
He knocks it off the table and keeps going.
It was deliberate.
That's-
So
yeah,
they're
yeah,
playing-
that-
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
he even they asked him recently in the interview. They said, "What is your relationship with CM Punk?" He said, "I don't have one."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay."
it's deliberate.
Gonna be good.
They're
Should be a
they're
good match.
teasing a fight with them.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
That microphone.
the
with them
promo between them two.
two. Woo.
So overall, good WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have no complaints.
Yeah.
giving it an A, not an A plus.
Okay.
There's no Stone Cold
Let's yeah, that would have
or Brock Lesnar.
yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
Let's
The Rock and Brock have never touched since that one SummerSlam, right?
Nope. Nope. That
Was
was
that
I
one
don't think they've been
in the same ring ever since?
around
Then?
the same time. Yeah.
And can we just say I'm gonna miss. I don't even know how many months he's gonna be gone, but I'm gonna miss the final boss.
Yeah.
At first, I was good with him just coming in Mania, go ahead,
Do-
ride off in the
He
sunset.
needs to keep his and you know what?
This
can
reinvented
argue,
him, though, man.
I can
Yeah.
argue he can become that figure that Vince McMahon was when Vince McMahon was doing the whole
Mr. McMahon.
authority,
But I don't want that though.
but not
On a
but-
weekly basis,
I
no.
don't. Yeah.
But no, not even a week because he can't
Yeah.
do it on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
But he can not only just not mess with Seth, right? I mean, sorry, Cody, but he can go mess with Seth. He can go mess with fucking Damian Priest. Whoever rubs him wrong, he can say, "All right, you know what? We got a new match for you tonight. It's gonna be you versus 3 other." And we
sorry, man.
like he could be that annoying figure and then pop up in a match here and there or get Stone Cold stunned here and there. And he can still take it. His body, he's big enough where he can still, because that's what happened with Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon wasn't a wrestler, but he got in there, got physical, where, Triple H may not,
You can't do
Them
that.
roads help.
so Rock may be able to give us that authority figure that
That
can
can fight.
still get, hit here and there, but still give you some good moments. And I wouldn't be mad at it.
This man been diabolical since he turned into the final boss.
You gotta,
I wouldn't be mad about
You
it.
gotta work up to him even paying you any mind right now.
Yeah.
When he tagged
It's gonna
himself the
change-
final boss and what he been doing to people, you gotta be up here.
Yeah.
To
And
even
trust me,
sniff that. Like they don't. I don't see who you see behind Cody Rhodes. that
it's
can
going to be
actually
Roman
get into
next.
that.
Roman's going to get it next, for sure.
Inside.
Roman going to get beaten and everything. It's going to be a sad thing.
He
to
gonna
see.
whip Roman with the
But
Mama
it's going
Rose
to turn.
belt.
It's going to turn Roman into a face. It's going to turn.
He gonna whip Roman with the Mama Rose belt though.
All right, let's end this. Not too long on it, but we do got to acknowledge it. All right, and let's not be biased.
What's this?
We're going to talk about AEW.
I mean, I don't even think it's
Jack
point
Perry,
to being biased anymore. It's just stupid.
inept owner.
So CM Punk, however long ago, describes the incident from All In.
First person.
First person shooter.
No. That's a song with. That's just a Drake song.
Right.
And so,
Cole had to erase his verse off though.
in my opinion, this is Tony Khan's response to what CM Punk describes in that interview. And just to make it seem like, well, look, we have the video. CM Punk was wrong. And so I'll open up the floor to you guys and what your thoughts is. But what happens is he releases the video from All In and they airs it on Dynamite. So I'll open up the floor. You guys can say your thoughts and we'll go from there.
I'll be brief with it because I know Jason, you gonna go in on this.
Ain't too much to say.
This is, I mean, seriously, this is one of, if not one of the dumbest things I've seen an owner do, or somebody of an owner of a company do something like that. Well, I mean, you're gonna have, you're trying to basically have you're using another guy who works for another company to pop a rating for your show. That ain't good, man. And then you're gonna show the footage. And not only it put everybody who was involved in the incident in a very awkward position. I'm pretty sure some people in that company told him, don't do this. But Khan being Khan, basically saying, well, I own the company. I can put on whatever I want. But what he doesn't know is over in the UK, when you use a closed circuit footage thing, he could be facing some.
Well, it was used for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, but you can't. But everybody involved in that for entertainment purposes, no matter what it is, they have to sign over a consent. They didn't do that. They just showed the footage. So now, if CM Punk can basically go to an arbitrator or a lawyer and basically say, well, I can sue, and they're gonna have to pay him a hell of a lot of money just because of that. I don't know if it'll go that far, but it's bad when the poor announcer he looked embarrassed, and then you're gonna have
Tony Schiavone was.
Then you're gonna have wrestlers. You're basically force feeding them to bring up personal shit about some of the about the guys and not embracing the grind. This is just an owner that is just mad because he just got called on his bullshit.
Yeah, because the man did not lie. What happened? What he said happened.
Verbatim.
Did you see the video where it was a voiceover where he's describing and they had the video play? It was like, because
I'm sorry, yeah, and they tried to spin it like it was a ploy by FTR, to get him all riled up. I'm looking at the video. I'm like, where was they at in the video? They weren't even in it, were they? I saw Samoa Joe handling business, and I saw Malachi Black walk up with his coffee and was just looking like, what's going on? And then him walking Punk away with somebody wearing some headsets. I didn't see FTR in there, so where's the storyline in that?
It's dumb. I mean, you.
And Punk said he didn't even want to say the names of the people that were there because
They
we're
showed
friends.
them
He
on
said we
camera.
don't. He said I don't want them to be punished. And then Malachi was like, "Did you see the one guy though?" One dude was like,
he might have walked up and looked at the ring camera.
He said he looked at the ring camera.
like,
No, it was weird.
like to me. First of all, I didn't think they were really going to do it. I said they're not this stupid.
Yeah.
I said they do some dumb stuff, but I said they're not this stupid to show the footage. I thought it was going to be the reintroduction of Jack Perry.
Which they should have.
I thought they were going to go through this whole, we're about to show the footage, and they're get ready to turn the footage on, and then Jack Perry comes out, or however they had it set up. He comes out, get that off, I'm the scapegoat and all that, and that was how you reintroduce them, and you never really get to the footage. Either that, or they were just going to show, because they didn't tell you what you were going to see backstage. It just told you, we got backstage footage from All In. Mm-hmm. So I thought we could show anything that happened backstage at All In. Because first of all, what did you think your payoff was going to be?
Right.
I think he believes that CM Punk was in the wrong, and the footage would show him.
But even if he's in the wrong, you fired him. It's over.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gone. You've already fired. It's not like it's not like Punk's lobbying for his job and saying, I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah. I didn't do anything. I need my job back. You've already fired him. That's moved on. That was 8 months ago. Right. It's over. So and even now it makes it look worse because now everything that Punk said happened in that video. So now people are also going to incline, well, what's up with you want to show some footage? You want to show something? Why do you have Brawl Out? The Brawl Out incident, why has that got an NDA on it? You want to show videos here, but now you have an NDA on what happened at Brawl Out. Punk can't even talk about his damn dog in the situation. So what's up with that? So now it's going to lead people to even look at it like,
it's
Punk's telling the truth here. What's going on over here? He can't even talk about it, but we kind of know what the story was. And then even that, you still got to start thinking about what's the payoff of what if you do this tonight. FTR versus the Bucks, how many times have they fought? How many great matches have they had? That feud doesn't need that footage. That footage doesn't add to that feud.
Yeah.
All it does is take away from it now. Because now people are, instead of thinking about the Bucks, they started chanting CM Punk now.
Yep.
And now you're getting Punk chants, which you weren't getting recently. Now you're getting Punk chants, and now
they brought this problem on themselves.
But then the other part is they said that the Bucks didn't even want to do it.
Nope.
They didn't even want to do it. They thought it was a bad idea. At first, I thought this got to be the Bucks. Now I'm looking at Tony like, bro, you thought this was a good idea?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I was hoping it'd have been a reenactment with Brandon.
Or that.
Cutler.
That's what else I thought. I was like, there's no way they're showing action. And then on top of that, now we got to look at it like
Jack Perry can't
we all wanted to know what did Punk do that you felt in fear for your life. Mm-hmm. You mean to tell me when he pulled and he yelled at you, do you feel for? Yeah. God said he had to be back there with the shotty or something. He had a knife, something like
he saw the devil.
Yeah, he's I've never been that scared. So and then you show the footage. So you mean to tell me when they were pulling him away and he went over there and yelled at you? That
I mean, and then
Vince McMahon got punched in his face by Bret Hart.
He
Whole
took
cocked
one.
in the face.
No.
He ate one.
Yep.
But if you really look at it, it embarrassed Jack Perry too. Even though he started the shit,
You can't be tough nowhere.
you can't have a wrestler that's under your contract getting choked out by a guy that don't even work
He
there.
did the hair flip. He was like, upset.
I mean, it's so much wrong in this, man. It's like
I want the audio now. I know we can't get it. I want the audio.
it is so much wrong. I'm like, you just bared your own talent and you just bared your own company.
Joe came over like, oh shit.
You needed an ex-employee to pop a rating.
Let him go, Phil. Let him go.
I mean, where's the end game in it?
I don't think he
He didn't think this shit
He was
through.
mad.
it was just
He was in his feelings.
but you had a terrible reaction and but this just leads more into not even just what Punk said, what everybody's been saying. Tony's not a good boss. He's a nice guy, but not a great boss. his mind's not built to book. He's just a guy that's got a lot of money and he's making all of his dream. He's a wrestling fan.
He's playing house with real people.
They call him like one of those storyboards and the internet storyboard guys. And he's one of those wrestling nerds that I'm putting all my dream matches together and I got enough money to get these guys here and to do it. It's like he's playing with life-size action figures.
But he's not using some of them.
He's like at home, I want to see this guy wrestle this guy, and what he saw in his brain with the action figures, what he can do in real life when he could sign people. Yeah. And that's what he's doing because it was unnecessary. Yeah. And I feel like everybody there on the outs, everybody working there felt the same. Like Tony Schiavone tried to clean it up and saying, "Oh, he was just looking at it because they're heels and they're doing heel." No, you know disappointment in the man's face. We see disappointment in the man's face.
Even Taz's
face looked like he on the phone trying to get Hook a contract now with
and himself. He like
he like we gotta get out of here.
We could do 2-for-1 specials.
I'm pretty sure that it was a lot of guys basically calling that company saying, "Look, I had nothing to do with this shit. This was just basically Khan and his fucking feelings about."
But it's been 8 months. That's the whole. Like I can see if you
that
did
man
it in the midst of everybody arguing about it when it initially happened.
And
he's like, I want to show why.
And the other thing that's getting me is, Hawani asked him a direct question and he gave an answer. So it's different if they were on the WWE show and they did that. They haven't. They've been slick. They said some little pop things, but it was never to this levity of this. The man was asked a direct question. He gave an answer, and now he's in his feelings about it because he basically was answering the question. Now, had Ariel never asked that, I think we will be having a different discussion.
But Ariel, knew Ariel was going to have to ask that. That's what Ariel do.
Yeah, he's an idiot too.
He's
not an idiot. He's just unprofessional sometimes. Some things because he even asked about the brawl out. He's like, "Bro, I can't talk about that."
He's a brawl out. He was like,
But Kenny Omega was like, "I had to go get the dog."
So, and this got me. Even Kenny Omega over here looking kind of like
I should have left.
Well, he said, "Did you see what Omega said?" He said that they had already talked. Yeah, they had reached out to each other right after it happened.
Other ones,
it was the other two. So Kenny was just like, "Dog, I know we can do business." And even what he said sometimes you gotta throw a couple fights. Like you get it off. It was a contact sport.
Yep, I agree. Sometimes, because like you said, Vince McMahon said, "I know I'm about to screw this man over."
That's a lot of testosterone in the room.
I know what the payoff
is going to be.
Physical sport. I gotta eat a punch.
Draymond, sometimes. And that's basketball. That's basketball. So you got to imagine.
Draymond is a bully.
This nigga's crazy. What is he saying? Why is he doing this? This nigga is crazy out of his mind. Did you see his eyes when he did it? Did you see his eyes when he did? This nigga is insane, bro.
Shit, Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face.
Yeah, but Draymond is
won championships.
Draymond
was hugging him like he hugged him.
Right. He won championships.
I hit you.
That last one.
I hit you tonight.
If they asked Steve Kerr, they was like, "If you have to take that punch again, would you?" He'd probably be like, "In a heartbeat."
That fucking one from like a couple months ago where he was over there threatening him, calling him a pussy and doing. I said, "This nigga is crazy."
Is that early CTE?
This shit is different. Like, well, for
he
one,
gonna be the first NBA CTE
for one, why is he that mad? And for two, what the fuck is he doing? What is this threatening that he's doing like that? What is he saying? Is he gonna shake him? Is this shit some crazy shit?
He gonna stab him with his finger.
I'm ready for him and John Moran to have that showdown.
Is not his brain is not on right.
He said early CT.
But
yeah, right. So if Kenny Omega gets cleared, we might see him in WrestleMania next year.
We'll see. That I mean, hey.
I'm with that.
I'm all right with it. I thought MJF was about to show up because he acknowledged The Rock online, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
He's probably trying to get out his contract.
He probably.
I thought he was gonna come in and screw Cody.
He's probably like, "Yo, Phil. So which path should I take?" They probably all texting him. So what you think I should do? Yeah. Can't make it look obvious.
I mean, just in all.
Fucking Andrade tried to get in the fight. He still couldn't get fired.
Right.
He had to fight with Garcia, or not Garcia, the other boy.
Guevara. He said, "Which one guys?"
He slapped Guevara in the face.
But all right. Yeah, let's wrap it up. We're at 2:12, so we had a good episode. Talked about a lot of stuff. Good conversations. Yeah. Haven't been here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, get caught up.
Yeah. So, episode 65, did I say? 65, right? I think
Oh,
it was 65.
real quick.
If I'm wrong, forgive me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick.
Go ahead.
This one gets shout out to Corey. I know he had a family emergency he had to deal with today.
Okay, yeah.
So
Hope everything
keep me in your
turns out
prayers,
well
y'all.
with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This episode's in the books, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tavon. Tri-state_tip on Instagram.
Oh shit. Tiger Helly 19, Snapchats, IGZs, Facebook by way of the government, Jason Williams before Tavon cut me off.
To his left, goddammit. Look at me.
Now,
Damn.
now stop doing that on camera.
I don't know what I mean, right?
That's a trigger, man. That's a trigger, man. It's Smitty Green Giant. And I'm doing that because I got the biggest fucking eyes in here.
Draymond Green Giant.
Yeah, there.
Smitty with 365. I was just thinking about something. I was like, oh God.
Oh man.
All right, yeah, maybe this facing each other shit ain't the best idea. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Let me get this one last time. The Watchers Podcast, WATCHERZ. Instagram, YouTube, follow, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But yes, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.
Look,